Patriots football. The Fan.
Runs out of the tackle, down the right sideline, cuts inside at the 5, in for the touchdown!
101.9 FM WFAN. WFAN FM. WFAN FM HD1 New York. An Odyssey sports station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Welcome to my favorite time of year, the post-Super Bowl malaise. I love it. But we still have a lot to talk about for the next 4 hours. It's been 36 hours since the Super Bowl has been concluded. A little bit later on, our special Cinco de Luncho, where we will rank definitively the worst Super Bowls of our lifetime and see where Sunday's game ranks. The NFL may be making a major offseason change that could really affect the Jets and the Giants. But as the offseason begins in the NFL, and we got plenty of baseball to get to, today is the final day of non-baseball season because spring training actually begins tomorrow.
Yes, even though it's Fugazi baseball season.
Guys are having a catch, all right?
Right.
So happy spring training eve to all that celebrate. The next big football story in New York. Like, you guys, no offense, Tiki, you guys are boring, all right?
I mean, we're done.
You're done.
We did it already. We won the offseason. Yay!
You have your quarterback. You have your head coach. You're putting together a coaching staff. Yes, you'll have an offseason that'll be sort of interesting, but for the most part, the major lifting is done.
Mm-hmm.
The New York Jets offseason is just beginning because Aaron Glenn obviously is returning for year 2. Frank Reich's the offensive coordinator, and they have to rebuild the quarterback room. I'd actually compare their offseason when it comes to the quarterback very similar to what you guys did last year where they completely rebuilt the room.
Right.
You guys added Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, and drafted Jackson Dart. What are the Jets going to do? And there's a lot of names we will get to. The boys earlier were talking about Deshaun Watson. He is certainly a name we will discuss. We'll get to him later. But there's one name I want to start with because I haven't heard anybody bring him up. And this is real. This isn't me speculating. This isn't me making anything up. This is a real report from over the weekend. Ian Rappaport, who we trust, even when he's not kissing Adam Gase's ass. Ian Rappaport's one of the more trusted reporters out there. Derek Carr is contemplating unretiring and returning to the NFL.
How old is Derek Carr?
34 years old.
So he's not done.
No.
If he's healthy, he's not washed. But it's been 2-3 years?
It was a year. Remember, he got injured with a torn labrum. And Derek Carr decided last May to retire after going through that labrum tear in his shoulder.
So he got hurt 2 seasons ago.
At MetLife versus the Giants.
And then he dealt with it all this season.
Correct.
Right.
And I think the thought was that Derek Carr, probably at this age, said, I don't know if I want to deal with this. It's a big rehab coming off an injury like this. So Derek Carr decided to retire. And according to sources, he took months off to rest, and his shoulder has responded incredibly well, leading Derek Carr, according to Ian Rappaport, to slowly begin rehabbing as the season unfolded. This was from last year, overcoming the injury. His shoulder is now improved to the point where he is throwing fully as part of his regular exercise routine.
Wow.
And teams have learned that Derek Carr currently has 0 shoulder limitations.
Wow.
So the recovery of the shoulder, the age of only being 34, has led to Derek Carr seriously considering a comeback. Keep this in mind. The New Orleans Saints still own his rights.
Right. But they were ready to move on from him. Tyler Shuck was good enough as a rookie. They don't need him.
Clearly.
I'm surprised they don't just release him and just say, good luck to you.
That would probably be the right thing to do. Like, hey, you know what, Derek? We're not going to sit here and hold you hostage. If a team's interested, sign with whoever you want. Otherwise, they could trade for him and try to get back a 4th-round pick, a 5th-round pick, a 3rd-round pick, really kind of measuring the desperation of teams. But I think it would be the right thing to do to release him. So, based on all this, Derek Carr's available. Would you want him for the New York Jets?
I mean, only as a bridge. I don't see Derek Carr as being someone who you're going to wrap your immediate future around. I'm not talking, a year. I'm talking 2 or 3 years, because how long until you find your quarterback? You're not getting it in the draft this year unless Malik Willis decides to come to the New York Jets, which is unlikely, even because there's been no noise about that. He can choose wherever he wants to go, and there's probably better places that he believes that he can find someplace and have success. Who else is there? So the only thing that Derek Carr does for me as a independent football observer for the Jets is just a bridge, a guy that can competently start for a year.
Yeah, I think he definitely on the surface feels like a bridge. I think he's far different than a guy like Kirk Cousins because, I think Derek Carr is better. I think you'd agree with that, right? Over the course of his career?
Yeah.
He's been a better, more consistent quarterback in his NFL career?
I think so. Honestly, they're the same to me.
You think they're the same?
In my head, I feel like they're the same.
Yeah. Because
they've had successes. Kirk Cousins had some success in Washington and then Minnesota. But then there were this ceiling that he was always hitting. Derek Carr kind of felt the same, except for the 1 year where he almost, took them, into the playoffs, and we felt like Derek Carr is the next coming. But they're the same to me.
Well, here's the difference. So I thought early in Derek Carr's career, he had a chance to win an MVP. And in 2016, he looked like an MVP candidate, and then he got hurt. And it felt like after his injury, while he was still good with the Raiders, he was never the same. Mm-hmm. And then you've got just the Raider factor. Right. I mean, we talk so much about Sam Darnold and the Jets and how the Jets sort of didn't help him develop. I think the Raiders certainly didn't help to his development. He finally leaves the Vegas Raiders and goes to the Saints in 23. And if you look at his performance in New Orleans, it wasn't half bad.
No, it was pretty damn good.
Like, it was actually pretty good.
Almost 4,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. And that was in 23.
Right. And even in 24, prior to his injury, he was having a pretty good year.
Yeah.
The Saints were 5-5, so they were sort of in it. 15 touchdown passes, 5 interceptions. He was playing some of his best football.
Right. I'll put it this way. He aged better than Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
As Kirk Cousins got older into his mid-30s, it was you're a turnover machine. You're constantly hurt. I don't trust you for more than maybe a game.
Right.
You're a backup, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Derek Carr, as he aged, even though he's not old, it was more, I'm still getting better.
Well, and that's the other aspect. You talk about age, and this is the other reason why when you bring up Kirk Cousins, I get repulsed. Mm-hmm. But talking about Derek Carr to me is a very different discussion. He's 2.5 years younger.
Yeah.
And that matters.
Right.
And also sitting out that year that he just did is a major, major positive. Plus, if you're going to come back, there's a motivation. And it's more than just a paycheck. Like, if you're coming back, there's hey, I still got something. So I'm intrigued by Derek Carr. And while I would agree overall that defining him as a bridge is probably the most accurate description, here's what also intrigues me about Derek Carr at 34 years old, though he'll be 35 at the start of the season. I think he could give you 3, 4, maybe even 5 decent seasons. I think it's more than a bridge of a year.
Yeah.
I think Derek Carr could actually give you 3, 4, 5 seasons of pretty good quarterback play.
He's been so removed from my mind for some reason, though. And I think it's because I forgot how long he was in. I was Las Vegas, but obviously he started in Oakland. So it was Oakland and Las Vegas, and it felt like he hit a wall and he got hurt, career over.
Yeah.
And you don't see him for a year and a half. You just forget about him. And so taking a year and a half off, while I think for physical and mental health reasons is good, it's also a year and a half off. Like, the game has evolved and changed a little bit around him.
Yeah, but how much has it changed?
I'm just saying the things you have to do as a quarterback now. You have to be mobile. You have to be able to, make these very quick decisions. You have to be the accuracy because of how defenses are so confusing. We saw it in the Seattle win at the Super Bowl. So is he ready to get back into that? And I don't know if he can do it. So it's intriguing, but I don't know if it's the solution. But at this point with the Jets, what other options are there?
Look,
dude?
that's the point here. Like, when we talk about this quarterback decision that the Jets are going to make probably in the next month plus, at first in free agency and then in the draft with some young quarterback that they bring in, there's no easy answer. Like, this isn't 3 years ago when it was up Aaron Rodgers. And by the way, what's funny is the debate along with Aaron Rodgers was Derek Carr. Like, he was the other guy that we were talking about. And I was pro Aaron Rodgers, I admit that. And it wasn't because I didn't like Derek Carr.
Right.
It was because I liked Aaron Rodgers more. It's because
he was an MVP. He was coming off an MVP season.
Yeah.
Of course you would.
So it wasn't an anti-Derek Carr feeling more than it was, I think there's more of an upside with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But you're right. There's no easy answer.
Famous last thoughts.
Right. But here's the other aspect of Carr that we have to factor in. According to Ian Rappaport, he is plotting a comeback. Cool. We got that information. Now you look at the teams that need quarterbacks. Derek Carr, less than a month ago on his podcast, was very outspoken about his love for Clint Kubiak. Now, Clint Kubiak, of course, coached him in New Orleans. He was the offensive coordinator in 2024 before his injury. So they had a level of success, and then Derek Carr went out of his way, he did not need to actively talk about how Clint Kubiak is a great head coaching candidate. I totally forgot because my memory is hurt. Where is Clint Kubiak now?
He's with the Raiders.
He's with the Raiders. Now,
After winning a Super Bowl with the Seahawks.
now again, my memory is really hurting me. Where did Derek Carr begin his career?
With the Raiders.
Where did Derek Carr get emotional about the unceremoniously cutting of him?
The Raiders.
Where would Derek Carr like to probably finish his story?
The New York Jets. The Raiders.
The Raiders.
Right.
So if the Raiders are thinking to themselves, and Clint Kubiak is thinking, you know what, my boy's coming out of retirement. I had a very good 10-game run with him a year ago or 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
I think he's healthy. Would the Raiders consider bringing back Derek Carr and trading the number 1 overall pick?
The problem is, this doesn't help the Jets.
Well, that helps the Jets.
Well, so you're going to trade the number 1 overall pick. It's going to be somebody else who needs a quarterback, Cleveland or whoever.
No, my team.
You're going to trade up a spot?
Yes.
To get Fernando Mendoza when they're not even taking Fernando Mendoza?
Yeah, because you can't take any chances because someone else will. Yeah, first of all, I have no issue, and I think most Jet fans would not have an issue trading up from 2 to 1. Obviously, the cost is another discussion,
right,
which we can get into.
But it's not an issue.
It's not an issue for me. I'm the $1 million man.
Right.
I can give whatever the hell they want.
Right.
Now, am I willing to go deep into the 27 draft? Maybe not, but that's not even the point. I can if I want to. But if the Raiders decide, and Clint Kubiak decides, and Tom Brady decides, wow, I got Derek Carr sitting in my lap, I don't have to develop him, that's the other way Derek Carr's on retirement can really benefit the Jets. Could they go that route?
I mean, it just seems complex and complicated simply because Derek Carr now has options if the Saints release him. And I think they will. I think they'll do right by him because they have no axe to grind for Derek Carr. And so if he can prove that he's healthy and he's right, because by the way, that's the other side of this. He says that he's healthy and he's right, but he's still going to have to go through all the requisite physicals. He's going to have to go visit some of these teams and do a workout just so they know that he's not actually just lip servicing his health. So assuming that all happens, there's a lot of teams that need a quarterback.
Oh, no doubt.
And so even if it's just a backup quarterback or someone to compete for the job with a young player. So it feels convenient for the Jets. It also feels complicated for the Jets.
Well, is it complicated for him to go back to the Raiders and then decide to say...
I think the Raiders are ready to move on to the next iteration of their existence.
But in fairness, I listened to Derek Carr's podcast. He has one with his brother, David Carr, former Giant. Mm-hmm. And I listened to a lot of things he said.
What's it called? Car to Car?
It's called...
The Barbershop.
I forgot what it's called, actually. Homegrown. That's what it's called.
Homegrown.
Fact check me on that. I think it's called Homegrown. And one of the things he said about the Raiders, I may have brought this up on the air a couple weeks ago, is he said, I don't think they're ready for a young quarterback. I think they're better off building the offensive line, adding more talent.
But now,
and so
it's funny.
But hold on.
Keep going. Hold on. Yeah.
If he feels that way and he can get Tom Brady and Clint Kubiak to feel that way, then making a trade with the Jets or Cleveland in which they load up on picks, build up their offensive line, add to the wide receiver room, and add the veteran ready-made quarterback, that's exactly what he described.
Yeah, but
maybe when he
was
said
he
that,
not self-serving?
Mm-hmm.
Was he not positioning so that he could be? Wasn't he Rex Ryan this?
Maybe.
Rex Ryan on his show. Hey, the whoever should do this, or they could hire me. Jets. It was the Jets last year.
He was Dick Cheneying the vice president situation.
100%.
What are we doing here?
What?
They're not trading the number 1 pick for Fernando Mendoza to bring the corpse of Derek Carr back.
Right, and if they do get Derek Carr, they'll probably just draft Fernando Mendoza as well.
This is my next point. This is where the Jets come in. Are the Jets such an unappealing destination that Derek Carr would rather go finish his story being the mentor to Fernando Mendoza in a Raider uniform than just flat out start in what potentially could be a bad year in the Jets just for the sake of being a starter again? That's the Jets.
So you're skeptical that Derek Carr would even want to come here?
I'm if he really loves the Raiders and
Is
loves
that what
Clint
you're
Kubiak,
saying?
I'm skeptical that he would even come here rather than just go back to the Raiders and be Fernando Mendoza's kind of liaison.
I'm glad you said that because what if I told you I listen to Derek Carr's podcast. Mm-hmm. I am studying Derek Carr. What if I told you he wants to be a New York Jet?
What? How do you know that?
How do I know?
How do you extrapolate that from whatever he said to his brother David?
How do I know that Derek Carr wants to be a New York Jet? It's a very good question.
Yeah.
Because he said it.
He said, I want to be a Jet.
You know what? You hang right here. When we come back, I will play you, and this is not AI. This is just flat out Derek Carr talking about his love for the Jets.
For the Jets?
His love for me. Yes, that's right, me. His love for Craig and his love for Aaron Glenn. Derek Carr, according to Ian Rappaport, is coming out of retirement. And according to Ian Rappaport, he wants to go to a perfect situation. Doesn't sound like the Jets, does it?
That does not sound like the Jets at all.
Okay. When we come back, I will prove to you Derek Carr wants the New York Jets.
What?
You guys as Jet fans may not want him. That is totally fine. We can debate it. 888-808-1019. I understand your other side. But what I'm going to show you is that Derek Carr wants us. It's Evan and Tiki on a very busy Tuesday in New York City.
Back when I played the game, creatine was a locker room secret. Players knew, trainers knew. The fans didn't. But now the secret is out. Creatine boosts speed, speeds up recovery, and helps maintain brain health. That's why I take GAT Sports' new creatine chews. 5 grams per serving. No sugar, no shaker, and no mess. Save 30% off your first bottle at gatsport.com with code TIKI30. That's GAT Sport.com with code TIKI30. GAT Sport Creatine Chews. Fuel up and compete harder.
We are live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by IHateMyEnergyBill.com. Are you sick of insane utility bills? Go to IHateMyEnergyBill.com to find out if your home qualifies for solar with zero out-of-pocket costs. See your bills dwindle with solar panels and get your free savings report today at IHateMyEnergyBill.com. The portion of the program was also sponsored by Downtown Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? Downtown Brooklyn Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-636-1000. That's 718-636-1000.
Who will stay? Who will go? Big questions loom for the Yankees and Mets this offseason. Get the latest here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
This President's Month at Nielsen Dodge, fun is in the driver's seat. We're celebrating all month with special presidential savings, plus 0 down payment.
We have your new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram at extra special fun is in the driver's seat savings.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4, just $187 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Laredo X 4x4, just $295 a month.
Plus, choose from a wide selection of certified pre-owned vehicles.
And if you need credit help, we're here to make it fast and easy on Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
President's Day Sales Event. Term 27 months to assign Compass 5782, Cherokee 5890 at tax tag 489 dock and DMV fees.
It's been over 7 years since Pastor Billy Richards was treated successfully for prostate cancer by Perlmutter Cancer Center, the world's #1 cyberknife program. After 5 treatments in 1 week, Pastor Billy went right back to leading his Brooklyn congregation.
Cyberknife was truly a blessing for me, my family, and my ministry. If you have prostate cancer, I urge you to look into Cyberknife.
For an appointment, call NYU Langone's Perlmutter Cancer Center at 833-1-CYBER. That's 833-ONECYBR.
Injured? Don't be a whiner. Call me, Attorney Mark Miner. I'm Mark Miner, and I have over 30 years of experience handling personal injury cases. If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. You can trust that the personal injury law firm of Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner will treat you with respect and fight for your rights. Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE for a free consultation. Our goal is to transform your pain into payment. If there is no recovery, there is no fee. We handle all type of accident cases and value the opportunity to help you. The sooner you call, the better. If you are injured, call 1-800-LAW-LINE so we can discuss how to transform your pain into payment. Don't be a whiner. Call Zalman, Schnerman, and Minor at 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Zalman, Schnerman, and Minor, personal injury attorneys.
Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. That's 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Hi, it's Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a very happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And while that's not an easy thing for me to achieve, my friends at CertaPro Painters had no such problems. Big jobs, small jobs, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. Right now, lease a brand new 2026 Kia Sportage LX for just $299 a month with zero due at sign. Or even save up to $7,000 on remaining 2025 Kia Telluride. What we say is what it is, period. See ya at John Starks Kia.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. 7,000 dealer discount. Expires March 3rd.
Got gold or silver just lying around? Estate Roadshow wants it, and they are paying top dollar. Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn, Old Bridge at the Hampton Inn, and in Toms River at TMT Cash for Gold. Go to estateroadshow.com.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
A lot coming up today here on Evan and Tiki. We'll get to some baseball later on this spring training eve, rechecking what we wanted the Yankees to do in the offseason and everything they didn't do. Plus, it's a Posted and Toasted Tuesday. We'll play that game coming up a little bit later on. But it's like a tradition now on Saturday and Sunday of the Super Bowl where we get NFL news, and it sort of gets buried because of the Super Bowl. I remember last year, that's where the news came out that the Jets were moving on from Aaron Rodgers. It came out like on Super Bowl Sunday, and it sort of, I mean, we remembered it because we're New York, but it sort of got buried. And so one of the stories that came out over the weekend was what we opened the show with today, which is Derek Carr, that he is plotting a return to the NFL and that he wants to go to an ideal situation. And naturally, that caused Sean to be the hater that he is, saying, well, why would it be the New York Jets? And in fairness to you, Sean, I think a lot of people are probably thinking the same thing.
I'm a fat moron.
Not that, but why would it be the New York Jets? And on the surface, you're right. On the surface, why would a 34-year-old, soon-to-be 35-year-old, who wants to go to a good situation with good coaching, why would he pick the New York Jets? I've got the evidence that as much as you may think he wouldn't, he would. 3 pieces of evidence.
Okay.
This is from Derek Carr's podcast, and it's all within the last month, all right? So it's all recent. This isn't from like 6 years ago. Number 1, a brief summary on what he likes about the New York Jets.
They have a good head coach, and they got Garrett Wilson.
Garrett wants the ball, man. He just wants the ball.
He's really good.
He wants the ball.
He's
like every other good receiver.
Yes.
He knows he's open. Give it to him.
Yeah. So good head coach and really loves Garrett Wilson.
You sure about the first part of that?
That's Derek Carr, bro.
Okay.
Am I talking?
No.
Number 2, how about more about his opinions on Aaron Glenn? Because you seem skeptical. Go ahead, Derek.
I love Aaron Glenn.
I love
Glenn's
Aaron
a good
Glenn.
friend.
Great golfer, good friend.
Okay. Love Aaron Glenn. Okay. I talk to him whenever it's viable. All right. Okay. I love Aaron Glenn. Okay.
It might be viable soon.
Okay.
Your green sweatshirt.
Mine was for Christmas tree.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Listen, I love him, but I also love Jet fans.
Well, okay. Stop right there for a second. When it's viable, they start giggling. Why are you wearing a Jet sweatshirt?
Right.
It's for Christmas. Was Derek Carr telling us this all a month ago and we didn't realize?
It sounds like he was. It sounds like they knew they had a quarterback issue. Tyrod Taylor is a free agent, and Justin Fields is not going to be retained probably post-June, and they need a quarterback. And Derek Carr, if he's that friendly with Aaron Glenn, probably playing golf somewhere, or just texting each other, hey, man, you ready to play football again type of thing.
I could see it in your eyes.
I could totally see this being a reality.
You were skeptical when I said, I have Derek Carr telling you he wants to be a Jet. You were skeptical.
No, he basically told everybody that I've been in contact with. The reason he can't say it directly is because he's still under contract by the New Orleans Saints.
Right.
And so if Aaron Glenn was talking to Derek Carr about coming out of retirement, it would be tampering.
That is true.
And so
that's why they made that comment.
He can't say it, but he's saying it without saying it.
And then, see, I didn't even realize this when I listened to this a month ago because I was just like, I like the podcast. Derek Carr's retired. No biggie. When his brother says it may be viable soon, he wasn't assuming Glenn was going to be fired. He was saying, you're going to be a Jet soon. And then brings up the sweatshirt.
Right.
So I am not making this stuff up. So I've already proven he loves Aaron Glenn. He just said it, point blank.
Right.
Not AI. Loves Garrett Wilson.
And he loves Jet fans?
You ready for the Jet fan part? Ladies and gentlemen, he ended it by saying he loves Jet fans.
But why? Where did that come from?
I'm glad you asked. It's almost like you knew this was coming. Ladies and gentlemen, why Derek Carr loves Jets fans.
I throw this game winner.
Yeah.
Henry Ruggs. Okay. Jet fans, because we helped them get a worse draft pick, donated to Valley Children's Hospital.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
They're like, Derek, I got so many tweets. Thank you so much.
That's cool.
And Valley Children's even was like telling me, we're getting so many
That's
New
fantastic.
Jersey and New York calls right now
That's
to
pretty
donate.
awesome. That's pretty awesome.
So Jet fans,
well done there.
I love you.
I'll
and
give you
thank
that.
you for helping the kids.
How about that?
I love the Jets.
How about
amazing.
that?
That's
so
awesome.
He loves Aaron Glenn. He loves Garrett Wilson. He loves wearing green sweatshirts. And he loves us as Jet fans.
Wow.
So I understand your skepticism of why would he come out of retirement for the Jets. I don't need to offer you any other reasons other than the man himself. He just told you.
Yeah. So Jet fans donated after he helped them get him Zach Wilson?
Well, no, at the time, let me reset that story for you because he worded it.
Yeah.
So we were about to beat the Raiders. It was a done deal. And this was during the tank for Trevor Lawrence season.
Oh,
and
that
he
far
made
ago?
this. Yeah, Greg Williams dialed up a controversial defensive play. And Derek Carr threw this bomb to Henry Ruggs, so I know his.
What year was that?
That was 2020.
2020.
That was during the tank season for Trevor Lawrence. And so this was before they actually won a game. This was a pull it out of your rear end loss. And Jet fans were so ecstatic that they lost this game miraculously. The two people they were happy with was Greg Williams, defensive coordinator,
Amazing.
and Derek Carr. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that game.
What week was that? 16?
No. It was a little bit earlier
Oh,
than that.
earlier in the year.
Yeah,
it was
a
before they beat the Rams.
It was before they beat the Rams. They were still in line to end up with the number one pick.
Right.
So where Derek slightly misspoke is he said a worse pick, a better pick. Honestly.
I got it.
And so he loves Jet fans. He loves the head coach. He loves Garrett Wilson. That does sound like a guy. Now, Jet fans, you tell me if you're willing, if you are interested in him. if you're turned off by the age, or maybe you're not as enamored by his NFL career. I mean, that's up to Jet fans, but I think you were just seeing that Derek Carr is interested in coming here.
This was a month ago?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? What happened a month ago?
No, I mean, a lot of the stuff that Jet fans got mad at me for saying last week about the general manager and coach and frustration with owner, and people were wondering why would they be upset with the owner if he's not freely able to operate. I wonder if this was a planned pitch. I honestly don't know this.
What does this have to do with your report? This just has to do with Derek Carr saying something to us that we didn't pick up on about wanting to be a Jet.
When I had talked about this last week, what I had gathered was there was frustration with the GM and coach, with the owner about, the freely operating, what they wanted to do this offseason. And I wonder if this was their plan a month ago at quarterback. I don't know this. And this is something where ownership pushed back on that, maybe that Derek Carr was not the answer they wanted.
I have no reason to believe one way or the other about that.
I don't either. I'm just thinking out loud hearing this a month ago now.
Okay.
Trying to connect some pieces in my head.
The only pieces I'm connecting is that it sounds genuinely, and Tiki, you're the rational one here, that Derek Carr would have an interest in quarterbacking the New York Jets. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like he did.
Okay, I didn't make that stuff up. This is literally what he said a month ago, and I didn't think much of it because I didn't think Derek Carr was coming out of retirement. But Ian Rappaport is reporting in the last 48 hours that he's fully healthy and he wants to play.
By the way, what a ridiculous defensive call on 3rd and 10 with 13 seconds to go.
I know.
On the positive 46-yard line. You run cover zero, basically no safety. Every defensive back has man-to-man coverage on one of these wide receivers, and Henry Ruggs just completely torches your cornerback.
That had a chance to be an epic moment in Jet history if they ended up getting the number 1 overall pick.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
it was week 13.
It didn't work out.
The Jets are a sewer.
Yeah, it was week 13, so the other things had to fall against the Jets.
Yeah, well, they had to lose.
By their own doing.
Yeah, they had to lose.
By their own doing.
Which they didn't do. So that game is remembered for Greg Williams' defensive call, and I guess Derek Carr was given a lot of charitable donations.
Yeah.
So
good for Jet fans.
That's right. So do you want Derek Carr now knowing he wants us?
Well, I mean, I kind of always felt like if he's available, he's a good bridge.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's a good bridge.
I just don't know how. I don't think you can bring in Derek Carr at 34, soon to be 35.
35 in March.
30. So it's his year 35 season, and say, wow, we got our quarterback for the next 4 years.
He could be. That's the difference. So the way I would phrase this is, I think he's a bridge quarterback, a good bridge quarterback with potential to be the guy for the next 5 years. I don't think it's crazy, especially with a year and a half off, that Derek Carr could play at a good to high level until he's 38, 39.
Playing until 40?
A lot of guys are.
Yeah.
You just endorsed Kirk Cousins to me. He's 38, dude.
But for me, Kirk Cousins was a year gap. He was the year bridge.
Well, I'm admitting Derek Carr could be a bridge, or if he plays really well, could be more than that.
Yeah.
If him and Frank Reich hit it off, and all of a sudden Derek Carr is picking up where he left off, because again, he was playing well in New Orleans, then I have the right to change my mind. I think we all do.
Well, he checked one enormous box, which is the idea that he clearly has no issue with the coach and wants to be here.
Right. Or the Jets.
Right.
In the bigger picture.
Right.
Because a lot of these, Dante Moore clearly had an issue with the Jets.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
you could argue Trinidad Chambliss is begging not to be a Jet right now.
So I just want to make this clear. You guys fully agree that what I played to you proves he's good with the Jets. That was undeniable. That wasn't you're really twisting here, Evan.
Because, first of all, I think the Carrs are both been, for the most part in their careers, genuine speakers. I don't believe that they're
they're not manipulative.
They're not manipulative, just playing up to the crowd. No, I believe that he has no issue coming to the Jets.
All right, because I wasn't screwing around. Because I saw it in your eyes. You're like, yeah, sure. What the hell do you have that proves that?
No. What infuriated me was the idea that you pitched a Raider as if they would not take Mendoza and just bring Carr.
Well, I'm bringing it up because there's a history and a connection with them too. He played there. He had a great relationship with Clint Kubiak. I'm just mentioning it as a possibility.
No, and I think it is a possibility if he would rather go there and mentor. But if he wants to play, he clearly doesn't have an issue with the Jets. I'm with you.
Let's get to some of your calls, 888-808-1019. Anthony's in Harlem. What's up, Anthony?
Good morning, boys. You got me fired up with this Derek Carr talk. So my first point about the Raiders, Evan, is if you remember, the rift between the Raiders with Gruden and Mark Davis was over Derek Carr when Gruden didn't want to give up Derek Carr when Brady was a free agent. Brady famously said, he wants that guy over me. Remember that?
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Was that Derek Carr? I remember Tom being bothered by it, but was that ever connected that the guy he was referring to was Carr?
Absolutely. It was why Davis released those emails and tanked Gruden's whole thing. It was over Derek Carr, so I don't think Brady wants him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
now,
a fair
as
one.
As for the Jets, okay, you just heard him speaking glowingly of us. I think, Sean loves dunking on us, But I would tell you, if you went to Derek Carr and said, look, Derek, look around the league at all the teams that need quarterbacks. What's the best situation for you? The Jets have a damn good offensive line. They have Garrett Wilson. They have Breece Hall. And you tell them, oh, by the way, we're going to draft a receiver with one of those 44 picks. You're set up to succeed here, man. We might bring a kid in, maybe this year or next year to learn from you. But you got a soft landing spot here. What, do you want to go play for the Browns or maybe the Cardinals and get beat up at 35 years old? I think we're a good spot for him.
You are, but the perception is not always the reality.
Not with him.
Exactly. And so I think Derek Carr has to weigh what his objective is by coming back. So he's made a ton of money already, so it's not necessarily about that, even though I'm sure he'll get a good contract. Who knows? I forget what his deal was with the Saints, but he's going to make $28 million a year, whatever the number is. And so it's not even that. It's just more about the opportunity to finish the way you want to finish.
Right.
I think for a lot of players, especially quarterbacks, I want to go out on my own terms. I don't want to be dismissed from the league because of injury or some other thing out of my control.
Yeah.
And that's where, if I'm Derek Carr, that's why I want to come back.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense.
But I also need to come back someplace where I'm going to get an opportunity to play.
Yeah, and I think off the top, we would just naturally assume out of hand the Jets aren't that team, right? Except Derek Carr disagrees. That's really what it comes down to. As much as we can mock at the team we root for and why no one would want to come here, and it's all fair game, Derek Carr told you, he couldn't be more blunt. I love Aaron Glenn. I play golf with him. I love Garrett Wilson. I love Jet fans. It sounded like his press conference when he's announced as a Jet.
Right.
He gave you all the cliches. Now, Anthony brought up the Tom Brady thing, which is fascinating because I did forget about that.
I did too.
That Tom Brady said, you pick that guy over me. Here is actually the clip of Tom Brady saying those famous lines.
There was a story in free agency. One of the teams, they were interested, and all of a sudden they weren't interested at the very end. I was sitting there thinking, you're sticking with that mother. Are you serious?
Tom probably had no desire to go to that team, but now it's like, why don't you want me?
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely. When I look back, I'm like, there's no way I would have went to that team. But they said they didn't want me, and I know what that means. I know what that feels like, and I'm going to you up because of that.
Wow. So who was it?
Tom being gangster.
So fans have speculated that it was either Derek Carr, which our last caller mentioned, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Ryan Fitzpatrick thought it wasn't him, but Tom Brady came out and said, I can confirm it was not Ryan Fitzpatrick he was referring to. The Jimmy Garoppolo thing does make a lot of sense, considering the history they also had together. It could be one or the other.
But I don't think he would talk about his former teammate that way.
I don't know. Aren't there rumors that he demanded that Jimmy get traded?
Yeah.
That's the other. You want to go down the Tom Brady rabbit hole.
But still, that would be – it's easier to say when you don't know the person than if you actually were teammates with him for a couple of years.
So I guess –
I think it is Derek Carr.
If it is Derek Carr, based on that, it would be tough to imagine that, A, Derek would want to go there, especially if he thinks it's him.
Yeah.
And that, B, Tom would trust that guy who he basically insulted 5-6 years ago versus drafting his own young player.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, fair enough. Maybe it's not the Raiders. Let's go to Larry in Howard Beach. What's up, Larry?
What's up, Evan? What's up, Tiki? How you guys doing today?
All's well.
Good, man. What's up?
All right. Listen, I'll make you guys laugh. I'm 53. I've been a Jet fan since, Richard Todd days and Bruce Harper days at Shea Stadium and all that. And I'll tell you what, and this sums up his life as being a Jet fan. I'm so excited about a bridge quarterback. New York Jets.
Especially if he has some level of competence.
Well, yeah, because and I think that's the reason, Larry, because we have watched so few quarterbacks look competent that if it's a bridge and he's competent, that's a major upgrade over what we've watched.
Without a doubt, Evan. The only one thing, Evan, though, I disagree with you in a way, I don't think the Raiders are going to trade that number one pick, anyway. They're probably going to take Mendoza. But if I'm the Jets, we gotta build a team. There's just, so much that we have to put together and everything. I would stay with the draft picks. I wouldn't, we're at a good spot. You got 2 and you got 16. And we got to build a team. I would just stay with the draft picks, worry about a quarterback next year.
But
and one thing,
Larry,
one thing with a quarterback is even let's say we draft a quarterback in 27, okay, which I think their plan is.
Sure.
And I don't want that quarterback, whether it's Arch Manning, whoever it may be in 27, I don't even want him starting. Don't throw him into the fire. Let the Jets get these quarterbacks and they feel pressured and we got to start them from day one. You know what I'm saying? Let him ease into the situation.
And to your point, Larry, the Jets haven't done that. Like, in their history over the last decade and a half in searching for the next Joe Namath, every single kid they draft starts right away to a T. Whether it's Mark Sanchez, whether it's Geno Smith, whether it's Sam Darnold, whether it's Zach Wilson, like on and on and on, which is why, and I admitted this to you guys last year when we were arguing about Jackson Dart and the Giants, I was so hesitant to start him right away because of my own history with it. But I think what Larry laid out is another reason why I'm really drawn in by Derek Carr. Because while he's a bridge, okay, I'm not going to deny the term or deny that it feels short-lived. He also can allow you as much time as needed to dip into the young quarterback market.
Right.
And I'll give you two examples. One is this Trinidad Chambliss, which is making me nervous that he's still suing the league. I think his school, Ole Miss, came out and also filed something against the NCAA. Like, it feels as if this kid is doing everything he can to avoid the New York Jets. And I know that's me taking it personal, but that's the way it feels.
The question is he worthy of being drafted number 2 overall?
No, but Teak, this is my point about this. Maybe not 2 overall, 16, where he's the guy that you draft and you put him in the corner and say, Derek Carr's going to play, you're going to learn from him, and we have zero rush to start you. And that's the beauty of Carr.
Yeah, but
it allows you to do that more so.
Yeah, but I think what Trinidad Chambliss wants after 6 years in college 5 years in college, he's looking for his 6th year, is that he wants to play at a high level. That's why because he played, what was he, Ferrum? Where did he go to school? I forget where school he was before he transferred to Ole Miss, and then obviously played after the start. He wasn't the starter. The starter got hurt, and then he ended up being pretty damn good for Ole Miss and taking him to the college football playoff. But I think he wants another year playing high-level football.
That's fine.
And so if he's in the league and everybody thinks that he's not ready, he's not going to play high-level football.
Well,
he's not going to learn how to be a better quarterback. Ferris State is where he was for 4 years, and then
So you're telling me that's why he wants to go back to school?
I think that's his stated reason why he wants to go back to school. But I don't think he's high enough to be drafted number 2 or rated high enough.
No, not number 2. I think with the second first-round pick or maybe even a second-round pick. I don't think he's going number 2, but I think he's coming off the board.
Okay, so if he's that late or in the second round, he's not avoiding the Jets.
Maybe not. I told you that's a personal thing. That's me being childish.
That's you thinking that it's a Jet thing, but it's not. I think you're projecting that onto him, but that's not what he's actually.
I think you're being very rational.
Same old Jet.
But you got to understand, like, that's how I think me and a lot of Jet fans are. You're probably right. It's not a personal thing.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of if you drafted him and you have Derek Carr, you're basically saying, I'm not starting this kid till he's ready.
Yeah.
And if he's not ready this year, no problem. And same thing in 27. If they decide to draft a quarterback in 27, you could have Derek Carr start here for the next 2-3 seasons, which I think is more than a bridge. When I think bridge, I think 1 year. You could have Derek Carr start here 2-3 years as the Jets develop a roster and have that young quarterback step in when they're ready. I wouldn't feel that way about Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is 1 year.
Right.
He's 38 years old. But I feel that way about Derek Carr. So I think he can serve multiple purposes. He can be that bridge for now while I try to win. And by the way, if he plays great, I don't have to make a quarterback change.
Right.
What am I in a rush to? I'm not going to be in a rush to. So I think that's another reason, as our last caller described, why I think he just makes a lot of sense. Let's go to Mark in Brooklyn. Hey, Mark.
Hey, guys. A long time, first time. Calling because I'm a diehard 49ers fan. And at that time, Jimmy was still playing good football for us. They just came off the trip to the Super Bowl. They went to the NFC Championship game the year after 2020, and it came out. I was watching the documentary on AMC. It was kind of getting leaked that, like, Brady was about to come to the Niners, his childhood team, growing up in the, in the Bay Area, diehard Niner fan. Like, that was his dream. He wanted to be Joe Montana. And I think we would have had 1-2 Super Bowls if we would have got Tom. But they didn't want to do it because of Jimmy.
Yeah, so it's speculated that it's Jimmy. It's speculated that it's Derek Carr. And when Tom Brady's been asked about this, he has said he's never going to confirm it because he likes to keep everybody guessing. Not just the quarterbacks, but the fans themselves.
It keeps it a story.
Yes. And the Jimmy Garoppolo aspect of it, the reason I think we connect to Jimmy is because of their history together.
Yeah.
The Tom's history in the Bay Area. But also, it would have been really interesting to see the Niners move on from him because I'm counting the years now in my head. This was right after the Niners lost the Super Bowl. So you'd be talking about making the quarterback change right after Jimmy Garoppolo was the quarterback that helped get you within, not too much of winning a Super Bowl. He was one errand pass away from winning a Super Bowl. So I believe it could be Jimmy. I believe it could be Derek Carr. I think, unfortunately, it probably leans towards a Derek Carr-Tom Brady relationship not happening.
Yeah.
Especially if Derek Carr believes.
If he believes it, and he's not going to ever confirm it.
Right. Well, I don't know if Derek Carr's ever commented on it.
No. I mean, Tom's never going to confirm it.
Yeah, he's not going to confirm
So there's no way that Derek Carr is going to just have this be sitting around that he was trash talking me. And now he's looking at my face trying to make me believe that he wants me.
Well, the only way is Tom Brady and Derek Carr have a face-to-face. And Derek says, Tom, I need to know. Were you talking about me?
You already know.
And based on that answer, whether Tom decides to lie, tell the truth, whatever it is,
right,
that could help indicate if they can move on together and have a happy relationship. Let's go to Eric in Clifton, New Jersey. What's up, Eric?
Good morning, gents. How are you?
All's good.
Good, man.
Okay, well, first of all, in my opinion, it was 100% he was talking about Derek Carr. Tiki, you know, me and my boy Pool Boss were huge Raider fans.
Right.
As that last caller, who was a Niners fan, said, yeah, Garoppolo was coming off a season where he was one throw away from winning a Super Bowl. Derek Carr's never won a playoff game for us, so he was absolutely talking about Carr. Brady and Mark Davis had been spotted at UFC events together, and remember, we still had Gruden with us. And it was more of him not being able to, I don't think, being able to work with Gruden. Gruden came to us to work specifically with Carr.
Right.
It didn't work out.
Right.
Now, as somebody who was a very, very big Derek Carr supporter, I don't want him anywhere near the Raiders, and if they ever get rid of that, if they trade that number, I don't care if you give us all 5 of your picks, Ev, that Allegiant Stadium will be burnt to the ground by Raider fans, and I'll be the first one to light the match. We are going to be getting Mendoza, and he's going to fit in perfectly out there. We got a huge Latino population out there. They're going to love him. Latinos are all Catholics and Christians. Everyone's going to go to church on Sunday, go to the game, and then we're going to go watch our team kick some ass finally, instead of getting our stomp.
I respect the hell out of that. And I think it is very, very likely that you're going to be right, that the Raiders, as the holders of the number one pick, are going to draft Fernando Mendoza. They're going to roll the dice that him and Clint Kubiak are going to have this happy relationship. You mentioned the Latino community in Las Vegas, Nevada. They're going to love him. Fernando Mendoza's Cuban-American, and everybody's going to be happy. And I think you're likely to be right. Forget Derek Carr for a second. I want to take him out of this conversation. I want to make one other point about why it's at least possible they trade out of number one. And you can help me out, Sean, because I don't have the draft expert who said it. And it wasn't specifically about Mendoza, but a draft expert in the last 24 hours said it would be irresponsible to trade any assets from 2027 for 2026. Basically explaining that the draft...
For Mendoza.
It wasn't about
anybody.
It wasn't about Mendoza. I want to be clear. It was about the draft, how 2027 is viewed as like this golden draft. It's viewed as this loaded draft. Some may say all-time draft. And 2026, not that it's considered bad, it's just not considered on the level of 2027.
No, it's considered a weak draft.
Okay.
And that's really only because it's a weak quarterback draft.
I think top to bottom it's considered that.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
I completely agree you don't know.
I hear what people are saying. The only position that I think you can fully really evaluate from college and maybe transferring in the NFL is quarterback. All the other ones, you really have no idea.
I agree with
Puka Nacua, who is one of the best wide receivers in football, was a 4th or 5th round pick. You know what I mean? Like offensive linemen who are 3rd round picks end up being all pros. So it's just, you just don't know, except for with quarterback, because you can kind of see it. You can imagine how it's going to translate. So when people say it's a bad draft, I think a lot of it is because the quarterbacks feel weak.
Yeah, I'm not even disagreeing with you because I tend to agree that especially a year out, it's very tough to judge.
Mm-hmm.
But that is at least the belief that a lot of general managers and draft Nick experts have, that 2027 is special and 2026 is not.
Yeah.
And so when I read that comment the other day about how crazy you'd be to trade 27 assets for 26, I thought to myself, well, that could be why the Raiders would make the move. The Raiders could make the move thinking to themselves, you know what? We aren't ready. We like Mendoza. We don't love him. And if we could turn this into multiple picks in a draft that's considered like historic, why wouldn't we? Now, would they face a lot of backlash, especially as our last caller described with the appeal of Fernando Mendoza?
Mm-hmm.
Sure they will. I'm not going to deny that they wouldn't face it because most fans don't want to sit here and think about next year. They want to think about right now. But that is one aspect to keep in mind with the Raiders and everybody else. If 2027 is widely considered to be unique and special, then are they really turning down the possibility of the Jets giving them extra assets for 2027?
Yeah.
That could make them think at least.
I guess so. I mean, I'm looking at the next year's draft prospects, particularly a quarterback. It's Arch Manning, which we all know. The next listed one is
Dante Moore.
Dante Moore, because he just went back. But and
he's probably going to enhance his value, T.
Right, definitely. John Mateer, who is the kid from Oklahoma, who got hurt, and so he went back to school. Another quarterback is the kid from South Carolina, Lenore Sellers, who could be. But, I mean, all these guys are later down on the list.
And they were names we heard last year for this year.
Right, but, I mean, you just don't know.
I get...
those guys who had breakout years from Sellers to Mateer, they could have terrible seasons, and all of a sudden it's a one quarterback or two quarterback draft.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but there is look, Sean, you've seen it. There is a reputation that this draft is just not considered nearly as deep as next year's.
Yes.
Could that cause a GM or two or three to say, you know what, I'd rather get more assets for next year?
Right. I actually think it had less to do with the quarterbacks. People seem to think like the linemen, wide receivers, all that stuff.
That's
but
what I'm
again, to Tiki's point, this stuff changes so year to year.
Right. Speaking of draft picks, could the NFL be facing a major change when it comes to the future of draft picks and how they're traded? We'll give you the piece of news coming up, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019, the toll-free number. And also, Deshaun Watson. Is his name becoming more viable to being a possibility as a quarterback the New York Jets target?
The Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results. ChefIQ.com. St. John's won their 10th straight game last night, but it sure got dicey as Xavier took the Storm to overtime before St. John's pulled away to win 87-82. Rick Pitino passed Roy Williams for third all-time in wins on the D1 list. The Nets beat what's left of the Bulls 123-115. Don't look now, they're fifth in lottery odds. Not good for everybody in that Brooklyn lottery search.
No.
And the Giants are bringing in Brian Callahan, former Titans offensive head coach, as a interview process here for the quarterback coaches. I bumbled and stumbled over that, but yes.
Nets winning is bad. Seeing Drake Powell posterize a bowl, good. Seeing Traore play well, good. But, man, they're better off losing.
The Nets still in the league.
They really are, and they aren't. We're coming to you live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
What a 24 hours for Clint Kubiak, offensive coordinator for Seattle as they win the Super Bowl, and then named head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Raiders may be able to get it going in 2027, in 2026 in that division with the Chargers, with the Broncos, and the Chiefs. Hard to imagine they're going to be very good, even if Fernando Mendoza is good. If they draft the Heisman Trophy winner, might be tough sledding for Kubiak in year one. I'm Nick Customs.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Want to know why betting on the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? From game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care most about, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Curling matches that start slow and somehow get tense fast. Speed skating decided by inches. Hockey games that feel different from the opening faceoff, and so much more. FanDuel is the place to bet on the winter games. You can bet on who you think will take home the gold in alpine skiing, skeleton, bobsleigh, luge, and speed skating, just to name a few. The winter games are here, so stay connected to all the action with FanDuel. We all love the app around here. It is safe and secure. And when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and older, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hey, it's John Gallucci Jr., President and CEO at JAG Physical Therapy. It's hockey season, and your little pros get big injuries too. Parents, play it safe. If your son and daughter sustain an injury, JAG Physical Therapy is prepared. Our licensed physical therapists, occupational therapists, and certified athletic trainers treat you at our state-of-the-art facilities. Our physical therapists are certified to treat all sports injuries, from youth leagues to the big leagues. Injuries can happen to anyone, and it's important that you get treated right away. We are an in-network provider with most insurance companies, including Medicare. When you get injured, we're ready at JAG Physical Therapy, and we look forward to cheering you on from the sidelines.
JAG is the only outpatient physical therapy and occupational therapy provider that serves the 5 boroughs, Long Island, Rockland, Westchester, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Schedule your visit today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
Get back the life you love at JAG Physical Therapy.
Saturday on the CW.
Driver, start your engine!
The new NASCAR season roars into action at the Daytona International Speedway with all new drivers, new rivalries.
Somebody needs to break his teeth in.
And a brand new name.
The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
Buckle up for pure raw racing live from Daytona.
Let's turn them loose!
The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
This Saturday at 4 p.m. on Pix 11, the CW.
Shop best of season produce at Whole Foods Market. Get Sumo citrus for $3.49 per pound with Prime through February 10th. Brighten your winter with sweet, juicy citrus perfect for snacking or salads. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. I gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency. All over Febreze car clips right on your bed. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, New Jersey, the Mega Millions jackpot is up to $366 million. Who couldn't use a little extra money in their pockets? Get your ticket today. Anything can happen in Jersey.
The home of New York Giants football, The Fan.
Runs out of the tackle, down the right sideline, cuts inside at the 5, in for the touchdown!
1019 FM WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
Will Campbell took a hit during the Super Bowl because he played like crap, and he didn't speak to the media after. He just said that he tore a ligament in his knee this season, and he wasn't 100% for the playoffs, but that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
Isn't
crime
that
against sportsmanity right there. Skip the podium.
He did skip the podium.
I mean, it's hard not to skip the podium after you get blown out like that and you play bad, but it just is what it is.
I will I will defend you and athletes in this regard. While as a fan, and I guess a member of the media, because we do a talk show, you want to hear what players say after games. Imagine all of us after our day at work, like a really bad day at work.
Yeah.
We have to sit there and answer dumb questions for 5 minutes.
True, but we're talking for a living, so the last thing we want to do after talking for 4 hours is go talk for another 5 minutes.
Okay,
it's different.
No, but hold on. You're a plumber, right? We got a lot of plumbers listening in the audience right now. You had a bad day. You went to someone's house. They treated you like crap. And by the way, you screwed up. You made a mistake with the pipe. You didn't put the right thing in the pipe and it blew up. Do you want to stand there when leaving the house saying, so what happened there? Why did the pipe blow up? Why did you suck? So why'd you do that? What are you going to do tomorrow? Yeah? You going to sleep at night? How does it feel?
Especially if it's your last one for 6 months.
Yeah. Like it's exactly. So I kind of understand.
No, I get it. Now, I'm not mad at him. I know some people are.
I'm not mad at him. I'm just more like I understand
He's also a rookie.
Yes. But also, here's the other crazy part. You can't say I had an injury. Oh, by the way, it's not an excuse. You're making an excuse.
Right.
Here's what you should do. This is my advice. If you were hurt, because I'm sure he was. I'm not like accusing him of lying or anything like that. Same thing with Drake May. We knew Drake May had a bad shoulder. We all knew that. Like that wasn't new news. We had heard that for the last couple of weeks. Don't say anything about it. Let other people say things about it.
Right.
Let the minions in Boston say, Drake May had a bad shoulder. Or let a report come out. Let Adam Schefter tweet out, hey, Will Campbell, he had a torn ligament in his knee.
Yeah, might need surgery type of thing.
Because when you do it, it's an excuse.
Yeah.
When someone else does it, it's like, oh, okay, you're giving us the information. A few other pieces of NFL news I certainly find intriguing. One comes from Adam Schefter. We have the audio of it if you'd like to hear it. The NFL is going to go through some potential rule changes. We do this every single year. And they talk about, the onside kick rule, things like that. I never thought of this one, but Adam Schefter yesterday very briefly brought up the idea that there is an NFL team pushing to change the rules on how you trade draft picks. Right now, you can only trade draft picks up to 3 years away.
Oh, got it.
Got it?
That they better not change this.
Well, here's Adam Schefter reporting that they may change it.
There's going to be a push by at least one team this offseason to extend the NFL trade limits from 3 years of picks to 5 years of picks.
No.
Why are you so pissed
Because it
about
becomes the NBA and it's nonsensical.
Suck.
It sucks to sit there and wait 5 years to realize something, and the NBA suffers because of it. You get these trades and it's like, what does that even mean? I can't comprehend who I'm going to need 5 years from now, much less want to wait on it for 5 years. I think the NFL happens too quickly. You know what I mean? Your teams turn over too quickly to wait 5 years to realize the benefit of something that you maybe get rid of one of your good players. You got to wait 5 years for this?
So, full context. Right now, the rules in the NFL is you cannot trade a pick further than 3 years away. In the NBA, it's 7 years away.
Right.
They're proposing potentially 5 years away. So it's not fully the NBA.
I know, but it's still a long way.
5 years is too much?
That's most people's career.
Okay.
Like you could draft a kid the year that you trade this pick, and that kid will be retired by the time, or out of the league by the time you get to the next level, next pick in 5 years.
You're going to think I'm nuts. And maybe it's because I'm a basketball fan and I'm also relying on picks that are a long time from now.
Yeah, but that's because you're a loser franchise.
What?
The Nets still in the league?
I'm serious.
Wow, okay. But there is something exciting about it. Like, I know that years from now, once Nikola Jokic is on a farm, I have the Denver Nuggets unprotected first-round pick.
Yeah, but do you really want to keep your hopes to a time that when your kids are going to be in middle school?
You're misinterpreting me. I don't want to keep my hopes on it.
Think about that. Your child, your oldest child is going to be in middle school by the time you realize some of these nitpicks.
Yeah, but that's like I'm talking about the Nuggets right now, okay, in fairness. I brought up their pick. No, I want to be good before then like the Thunder are. But it's nice knowing, oh, wow, by the way, I got this extra pick that's going to hit me in 2032. Yeah, I think it is.
Nice. It's kind of depressing.
Look at the Thunder.
2032 is 6 years from now.
Yeah, but eventually it will be 2032, and you will have a lottery pick of a crappy Western Conference team.
Well, what about all the fans that die before 2032 and never have to realize it?
Right. I'm just saying I don't mind it being a possibility. Like, that's all I'm pointing out
Here's the issue, though. The GM that makes a trade like that sells off, doesn't have to answer in 2 years when they're fired. The fan base has to sit here and wait this out for years while this GM gambled. It's not right to the fans.
That's the gamble that the GM makes. Like, look,
but the GM can gamble. He doesn't have the same emotional tie we do.
Look, I have the impact of what I'm talking about is actually going to impact me negatively next year. Do you know the Nets don't own their first-round pick next year? Do you know that?
I did not.
It's a right to swap with the Rockets. You want to know what it's for? James Harden. The trade was made 6.5 years ago. Like, obviously, it's not all good, but I've actually been a proponent of there should be no cap. Trade for 100 years down the road. Like, think about that. I remember bringing up that fake trade to you about Patrick Mahomes a year ago. I said, how many first-round picks consecutively would I have to offer for you to say?
You can only do 3. So.
Right. And I said you have to eschew the current rule.
Right.
But would you go 15 years down the road if it was allowed? Like, would you trade 15 consecutive years of first-round picks?
I would do it to the lifespan of Mahomes.
Of the player you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you put that in as a caveat.
Right.
So
contingent upon how long he plays.
So you want them to keep the rule of 3 years?
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Sean? Do you like it? Because, again, 5 years is not 7. The NBA rule is 7 years. According to Adam Schefter, a team is offering it to move to 5 as opposed to 3.
I don't like it. I don't like it with the hard cap. Keep it as is. I just don't like the idea of a GM being able to risk everything and then not have to answer for it in 2 years. He's just fired, and I'm sitting here wondering what the hell happened to my franchise. I don't like it.
What about adding protections like the NBA, though? Like, the NBA has protections.
But it ruins the draft, the protection.
Does it?
It does. It becomes an overcomplicated system. There's a reason that we hate the NBA draft compared to the NFL draft, and a lot of it is that crap.
The other rule that they are talking about changing, and they talk about this every single year, and as the years go on, I become more in favor of it, is getting rid of the onside kick and going with a 4th and 13. They've also talked 4th and 15, 4th and 20, but it sounds like 4th and 13 is the number they may stick at, where you can go for a 4th and 13.
From your own, 25?
Yeah, from your own 20, 25-yard line, as opposed to an onside kick, which obviously does not work anymore with the rule changes.
Yeah, no, it's impossible to get an onside kick. I think there were a couple that actually got recovered recently.
But they're so rare.
It's like 1 out of, I don't know how many there were this year, but whatever. The 4th and 13 is interesting because it now creates a specialized play, just like you have a specialized 2-point conversion. You will practice and try to perfect what a 4th and 13 play.
Right.
Which, by the way, becomes useful not just on 4th and 13 when you're trying to get an onside kick, because it's not onside kick anymore, but it's also useful if the game is you're at the end of the line of the game and it's 4th and long.
Right, you have to go for it.
You have to go for it, and now you've designed plays for 4th and long. So even if it's in the third quarter, you have plays. You practice being in 4th and long situations. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I think
I would prefer that, to be honest with you.
I think I'm moving towards liking it. The only caveat is I would put some kind of rule in there where a defensive holding is not an automatic first down.
Correct.
That's the only, because I would really hate to have you be able to get the ball back on a cheapy defensive hold or illegal contact call.
And we need to make sure, even with pass interference, I think almost everything has to be reviewable on that play.
Yeah. Or basically, and I know people don't like it if you just admit it this way, just tell the officials, don't call anything.
Right.
I know you got to call the obvious, but
yeah.
I don't want teams getting away with a ticky-tack foul that allows them to get the football back, or a ticky-tack penalty issue.
You can't ignore a mauling, though. That can't happen.
No, I guess there's a line in the sand. So those are a couple of the rule changes they may be going over in the next month or two. 888-808-1019. Let's go up to Rhode Island and say good morning to Jake. What's going on, Jake?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. What's up? Well, did we lose you, Jake? You gone?
Jake is gone.
Put you on hold if you figure it out. We'll go to Tim in Brooklyn. What's up, Tim?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's up, man?
Hey, so on the Jets, I love the idea of Carr. With the draft picks this year, I think they need to get Cornell Tate with the first pick. And if it's me, the second pick, I'm going with the best running back available. You set yourself up to be a desirable place.
But you have a good running back. I mean, you have
one. For 1 year.
Well, no, more than 1 year. If you keep Breece Hall, why can't you have him for the next 4 years? And
he's only 24.
Yeah, I would not, and it's not about being anti-running back, about drafting one early. I look at the Jet offense, and while I'm not saying they're ready-made, like adding Cornell Tate would be tremendous, would be awesome. Imagine that 1-2 punch of Garrett Wilson and Cornell Tate.
Right.
The Buckeye connection, whatever nickname you want to come up with. But they got to build the whole defense.
I know.
Like literally.
There's a lot they need to do.
From scratch. So using a value pick on a running back feels like a real misuse
Especially
of
when you
assets.
have one. Especially when you have one.
Yeah.
And you can probably franchise him for not too much.
No, I agree with you.
If you really want to hold on to him.
I think you could work out a reasonable 3-year contract.
Of course you can.
Let's go to Ralph in Long Beach. Hey, Ralph.
How's it going, guys? Just I got my St. John's original Redmond shirt on, and we got the fever.
Yeah. You survived last night. It wasn't pretty, but you survived.
Oh, to beat the sun, let me tell you, I got goosebumps.
Okay.
Beating the sun, and, I coached for like 40 years. It was just a plastic gas. Sweat it out a little bit.
I mean, that was not as easy as it should have been, but hey, a win is a win. And they're playing great basketball.
We got the prize coming up. Hopefully that'll be a little bit of a slam dunk.
I got you.
But right now, I think we're in a good spot. I got to ask you a question. Coach for a long time. You think we're going to get 3 teams in the tournament or just 2?
I'm not sure, but I was thinking about you last night because I watched the end of the Xavier St. John's game. And when I say I was thinking of you, I don't mean our last caller. I mean St. John's fans. I was thinking about you guys in this regard. Last year, I remember after that loss, we were all, who'd they even lose to again? I'm trying to Arkansas.
The round of 32.
Round of 32. I'm getting it back in my brain.
Calipari Patino.
Yeah.
Calipari Patino. They benched the kid who ended up transferring. I got it all figured out. And I remember afterwards saying, I get how excited you guys were, rightfully so, getting the seed you got, winning in the NCAA tournament. Like, it was, we were back. But the expectation should have been higher, obviously. On a year like this, where they're now 19-5, they're ranked 17th in the country, they're coming off this awesome win against UConn on a Friday night, they're going to get a great seed in the NCAA tournament, assuming they continue to finish strong. Have we moved to Final Four or bust? Have we moved to Elite 8 or bust? Like, what's the level? And I'm not saying this as a jerk, because I got no issue with St. John's. I'm more like I know with the Knicks, it's easy. It's got to be the NBA Finals. I think we're all kind of on the same page. You get to the NBA Finals, anything short's going to feel like a disappointment. We know the deal with the Yankees. They got to win a World Series. We're past the Johnnies are back. We're past that. They are back. Of course. Like, stop saying they're back. Well,
yeah,
we
knew that was happening. Coutinho just does that.
So then what's the level where we say, okay, that's a good year? Is it the – I kind of lean towards Elite 8. That's where I'm at. Am I crazy?
I mean, I would say continued advancement, because let's be real with what happens, especially with Rick Pitino. They got a ton of transfers in last year. They win the Big East. They win the Big East tournament. And then it felt disappointing, but not really, losing in the round.
No, it was disappointing. Stop.
I don't know, man.
You're being very
Cal,
nice.
though. It's Cal. It's not like it's just some random team.
Nah, but it was a game you're supposed to win.
Okay, but whatever. They transfers in. Now they lose, 3 guys to the league, NBA, or whatever it is. They have 6 other transfers. Now they got to transfer in another 5 guys. And so it's there's no continuity, is my point. And so I think just taking next steps is success.
Got to be more than that.
You have high expectations. I just know there's a lot of good basketball teams in the NCAA.
The issue is there's no continuity with anybody in college basketball anymore.
You're right.
So, I mean, it just comes down to the coach. I think, though, that we've got to the point, I don't think you ever have to be Final Four or bust right now with the Patino Saint. I think St. John's fans are so happy just to be relevant again that they're going to be protective over it like a little baby.
And they're relevant, and they're going to be relevant.
Exactly. So I don't think they look at this year if they don't make the Final Four. I think they'll come to be very defensive if anybody's like, that's a failure. I think it's just, Tiki's right. You just can't get knocked out in the first weekend again.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Go to the Sweet 16.
Elite
To me,
8.
it's the Sweet 16.
Right.
Just asking. Completely disagree with you guys. But we'll further
By the
this
way, I
conversation.
feel the same way about Virginia.
Okay.
Virginia, they were under 500 a year ago.
But Virginia, you won a national championship. Didn't you guys win a national title? That was to be in the 1 seat to lose to the 16 seed?
That's almost half a decade ago.
I know. I'm just saying that because that's all I know or care about with Virginia. I was just trying to be nice. This will be a further discussion as we get closer to March.
Quick, Evan. The school Virginia lost to is a 1 seed.
I know the answer. Jordan, no. Hold on. Kennesaw, no. Kennesaw Mountain Land.
I was going to say, what are you thinking about? The racist in New York?
I don't remember who they
You
lose
should
to.
know this.
I forgot.
University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Oh, that's right, UMBC.
Yes.
You worked in Maryland, lived in Maryland. I figured
did.
you know that.
You know who their coach was?
Yeah, he got another job.
Yeah, at Virginia.
Yeah, your
Ryan
guy.
Odom.
How about that?
Right.
That's kind of crazy.
He's now at Virginia, and Virginia's kind of back.
That is weird.
It is very weird, but cool.
Yeah. I guess it's like Johnny Damon coming to the Yankees.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's go to Jake in Rhode Island. What's up, Jake?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
What's up, dude?
So I just got off the phone with WEEI. I couldn't hold my tongue. I live in Rhode Island, so I get the WEEI. These guys are so delusional here in Boston and Rhode Island about Drake May. It's insane.
But what they say?
They're over here saying they would take Drake May way better than Joe Burrow. They would have to debate with Josh Allen. They said it's not even close. He's already leaps and bounds better than Eli Manning. They're like laughing at that.
Well, hold on a second. So,
well, he's their guy. I get it.
Hold on a second.
And he did almost win an MVP in his second season. So, relatively speaking,
he's far and away better than Eli Manning.
Well,
in 2 years? In 2 years.
Now, he was second in MVP voting. I get it. But
when was Eli Manning second in MVP
But hold on. Hear me out, though.
When did that happen?
So is it he was second in MVP voting, or was it the benefit of the schedule? Like, pick a lane here with the Patriots.
No. Hold on. I think some of the other stuff is crazy. Like, would I take Drake May over Josh Allen? I would not. Would I take Drake May over Joe Burrow? I would not, unless you just believe Joe Burrow can't stay healthy. I'll put that one aside. All right, whatever. I think that's stupid. And I think Drake May is probably headed towards a regression next year. Absolutely. I think the schedule plays a part of it. All right?
It definitely plays a part of it.
1,000%. I've been saying it for weeks, so it's not like it's new. But if they say, or our last caller says, even though we disagreed with it, he is leaps and bounds ahead of Eli Manning, that's a fact. Well, that doesn't mean he's going to be better than Eli Manning.
Eli won 10 games in year 2.
Okay, and Drake May won 14.
And we went to the playoffs, and if it wasn't for a horrendous game plan and execution against the Carolina Panthers, who knew how far we'd go that year? I mean, we were pretty damn good.
But he also threw 17 interceptions at you.
Okay, great. I'm not even talking about that. Drake May and the New England Patriots, and you mentioned this multiple times,
and I stand by it,
had a very weak season.
1,000%. Yes.
And you know how it's demonstrated? Look at the sack totals against the teams that they played in the regular season versus the teams they played in the playoffs. When they played good teams, defensively especially, he got sacked 5 times or more, because there were 6 in the Super Bowl in every playoff game.
Did you see the yards per play stat from Drake May in the playoffs?
It was ridiculously bad.
He averaged less yards per play than the 0-16 Cleveland Browns offense that did.
Yes. So when they played good teams, they were horrendous offensively.
Okay, but again,
and they won those games because their defense was good.
Tiki, with all due respect, he said and they said through 2 years. In Eli Manning's second year, you made the playoffs. He threw 3 interceptions in that one playoff game and was not good. So you know that.
Yeah, of course.
So I'll say it. So all the point that they're making is, not that I want to defend the city of Boston, is if it's framed as through 2 years, not through their entire careers, because Drake May is not winning 2 Super Bowls. I'll proclaim that. I'm with you on that. Right. He's not going to win 2 Super Bowl MVPs. I am with you on that. But through 2 years, it is not close. It's Drake May over Eli Manning. Okay. It's not. Dude, Sean, you guys are getting too sensitive about this. Through 2 years. That's all I'm saying.
First of all, hold on.
2 years.
Let's just rewind it 5 minutes.
2 years.
We don't know that that's the argument WEI is making.
That's what the caller said.
He said
just basing on that.
No. Through 2 years. You're making it about through Eli through 2 years. His comment was he's already leaps and bounds better than Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. He didn't say the Eli thing. Now you're making it about 2 years.
And I disagree with that.
Yeah, forget about the Eli thing. Because if he's leaps and bounds ahead of Joe Burrow and Josh Allen,
he's not.
Then he's not even in the. Eli's not in the conversation. Then, Eli's not a conversation. If he's better, if he's already better than a guy who won a damn MVP, then why are we talking about Eli?
Because I disagree with that part. I made that very. That is not. I couldn't disagree with that more. That he's ahead of Josh Allen or Joe Burrow despite the MVP voting this year. Not close. I'm with you. I'm saying if it's just. As of now, through 2 years in his career, is he ahead of Eli Manning? I don't even know how anyone could argue that.
This is where Boston fans suck. Let's just be honest. They sucked last year with the Celtic Knick fan. I felt disgusting having a root for Boston. They suck every year with the Red Sox stuff, and now they suck with the Patriots stuff.
This is a basic thing.
No, it's not a basic thing. Because I actually think Drake May should have a better career than Eli Manning. He better have a better. I love the idea of Drake May coming out, but we can't ignore that Drake May just went through a 4-team gauntlet with these great defenses, and he wasn't a pimple on the ass of what Eli did versus that Niner defense. It has nothing to do with 2 years. He said already. It has nothing to do with 2 years. No, I am going to yell.
No, because you're not listening. It has nothing to do with the Niners. We're talking about 2 years into one's career.
Dude. Eli picked himself off the carpet versus the Niners, taking hit after hit
Was that
after
his second
hit.
year?
In the end, it has nothing to do with his second year. Why do you keep saying that?
Because that's
he
the
didn't
argument.
say it, and Eli did. People don't want to hear yelling at 11-18. You're insane. What Eli did versus great defenses, Drake May looked like a kid in the freaking candy store begging for a free lollipop. He sucked. He's not better than Eli yet. That's a ridiculous premise. And stop defending these morons up there. They've got enough. They're pigs.
You're not listening to the argument. You're
No,
just
you are.
screaming through 2 years. That's it. I compared his playoff game against Carolina. Was it Carolina in 05? Yeah. That was the outcoached, outplayed game. Eli was terrible. That's all we're talking about. Through 2 years, Drake May is ahead of Eli Manning. For you to scream and argue about it is like insane.
I think you're overrating Drake May based on what we saw in the postseason. Against the better teams, look, he was an MVP candidate. I'll give him a ton of credit. I actually thought he should win the MVP because they had so much less. But against the better teams, he was bad. He was terrible, even though he threw for 270-something yards in the Super Bowl. We all saw it. It was padded stats in the fourth quarter when the Seahawks were just playing a shell, throw the ball underneath, complete it, whatever. We're going to tackle you and run the clock. But the game before, he had a ridiculously low passer rating. He threw for under 100 yards. They won because the Denver Broncos were playing a patsy at quarterback. And he's been sacked 5 times in every game. Like he's lost. He's trying to be a hero. And that's because he's young. But I'm not feeling the Drake May love in games that matter.
No. And I am just merely saying that through 2 years, Eli had played one playoff game and got shut out. So everything you said is right. I'm not even arguing that about the way Drake May played in the playoffs.
I think what Sean is saying is who cares about Eli?
Well, because that was the point that was made, and I was just saying I actually agree with that.
The point that was made is that Drake May is going to be the next coming of the greatest quarterback in NFL history.
And I disagree with that.
Exactly. That's all Sean is saying.
I'm just saying, it has
that's
nothing to do
all
with
Sean
2
is saying.
years.
Because this has nothing to do with 2 years, has nothing to do with Eli Manning.
But that was the
Eli
point.
Manning is a Hall of Famer in waiting. He won 2 Super Bowls. We all know what happened in 2007 and beyond. And yes, maybe he was a very average regular season record, 500, and the statistics and all those things that'll tell you stories and lie to you. When it mattered most, when he had his real shots in the postseason, he was flawless. And so when Drake May is flawless in those games, we can have that conversation.
Fair, very adult way of saying it.
I will be I'll be very nice to everybody with this. I agree that Eli Manning as a 2-time Super Bowl MVP.
Yes.
That will not be something on Drake May's resume.
But here's
if
the
I
thing.
had to predict.
I agree with you. But here's the reality.
Yes.
2 years doesn't make a career.
I agree.
So
we were talking
who
about
cares what Drake May or Eli Manning did in his first 2 years?
No, but that's all I'm agreeing with. Why are you guys getting so angry with me?
Because it's shallow. It's cheap.
It's stupid.
It's cheap. It's like a cheap argument. I can win this side of this argument because I'm going to take a 2-year time span.
Stupid person?
Who cares?
Yeah, I could make the call for that second in MVP voting. Drake May undid all of it with his 4 playoff performances. And if Eli's placing Jared Stidham in the Carolina Panthers that year, does he win the game?
Right.
I gotcha. I was simply agreeing with the short little premise that he put out.
Yeah, but that's
just
low-hanging, simple, cheesy fruit.
Okay.
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person?
I accept it. I was just simply saying, hey, that aspect of that argument, I'd agree with. Is Drake May ahead of Josh Allen? No. And here's the honest way to handle this for the city of Boston. I'm a Jet fan. I'm a loser. Right? Clear loser. Clear loser. We suck. We don't have a quarterback. We literally spent the first part of the show talking about Derek Carr. All right? This is where I'm at.
Right. Can we get Derek Carr?
If you said to me, and this is the end of the debate, honestly, because you guys have your quarterback. You're pretty good with Jackson Dart, and you should run with that. I have nothing. If you said to me, Evan Roberts, you can pick any one of these 3 people. They're yours. They're a Jet. It's over. They're done. They're yours.
Yeah.
And the choices you gave me with a clean slate were Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Drake May. I will answer the question for you. Do you want me to answer it?
It's Josh Allen.
It's Josh Allen number 1.
Josh Allen number 2.
Well,
and Josh Allen number 3.
It's Joe Burrow number 2.
Yeah.
And in a distant, faraway third place is Drake May.
I agree with that.
So obviously I don't agree with that statement.
Right.
But if you're prefacing it by saying through 2 years, who's off to a better start in their career, that's it. That's where I was
Okay,
agreeing
but why
with
are they channeling Eli?
I don't know, because they lost to him twice, Teak. They're bitter.
Yeah, that's it.
Have I answered this for you?
Yeah, there you go. I knew the answer to that.
And I'm not bitter. I'm just
I knew
with
the answer to that, but I wanted you to admit why they're talking about Eli.
You wanted me to say it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why they're talking about Eli.
All right.
Because Eli's their daddy.
You tell him, man. You want to do that too, Sean? Go ahead.
Yeah, Eli's your daddy, all right?
Eli's not my anything. I'm just being honest.
They're just, I don't know. It's Patriot fans and everything. We can have a world where Eli, we understand, is not the greatest quarterback in the world, but he's also not like a toilet we just go to the bathroom on constantly.
Okay.
And that's what it's become.
I have given in to you guys. Can you give in to me? Just very simply. As inane and stupid as the argument is, would you agree that through 2 years, Drake May was better than Eli Manning?
He had a better second regular season than Eli.
Okay, thank you.
Through 1 year, Jackson Dart's better than Drake May, so why don't we have that conversation?
Fine. If we did that, we could say that too.
But I think that's stupid because right now I still think Drake May's a better quarterback.
He had a better second regular season.
That's it.
Yeah.
And even a better playoff because Eli got shut out in his one playoff game.
Yeah, but Drake May was not good in any of those games.
I'm not saying he was good.
I'm just saying he wasn't good in any of those games.
You see what I tried to do here? I tried to meet them in the middle because I clearly this affected both of you.
Yeah,
and I understand
angry.
why. I met you in the middle.
I'm not angry.
Saying,
I just think it's silly.
I'm angry because now I've yelled, and I didn't want to yell this morning.
Were you yelling at me or were you yelling at Boston?
Boston, for sure.
Boston threw you?
Yes, because you were channeling Boston.
Now, let me go to the guy who says I'm a moron. What have I done that's moronic? I'm literally agreeing with some stupid, simple kind of comment. And that's Michael in Reading. What's up, Michael? Why am I dumb?
Hey, listen, man, I've been listening to this show for a while. Love you guys all. But can we agree, Eli, he's a beloved figure in New York sports, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So you saying on the air and comparing all this other jazz, which all your acronyms, IPO, FPO, whatever acronym you got, Evan, at the end of the day, he's a beloved figure. But yesterday, when I'm sitting there working, listening to this beautiful WFAN, I get about 2 hours about Adam Sandler being a fan and how that's wrong and that hat and all this. But now Evan's calm and going to sit there and be like, well, guys, technically speaking, Eli, what? What happened to, like,
that's what the guy asked. And I agree that Drake May's not going to win 2 Super Bowls, so I'm on your side. I don't think he's going to accomplish that. But that's what the guy commented on, so I simply said, yes, at least from that aspect, I agree with them. Blaming me. I just wanted to say, yeah, I think that part of the comment is right.
Yeah.
Even if the rest of it is stupid, and the rest of it is stupid.
Right, so that invalidates the whole of it.
I'm also surprised that people in Boston are that high on May after what happened in the Super Bowl in the postseason. Not that you want to turn on him, not that you want to get rid of him, not that you want to go hyperbolic.
Right, you want to believe in him still, but he had nothing like the game anyone expected him to have.
Yes.
It was bad.
And by the way, it was a segment and a half on Adam Sandler, not 2 hours. Not quite, at least.
Well, people called for 2 hours.
Yes.
Evan's got me so mad I'm getting like eczema back here. I'm itching my elbow.
Got hives?
Yeah. I'm like aggravated.
We'll play another edition of Posted and Toasted coming up, plus more of your phone calls at 888-808-1019. A lot on the table. The Jets quarterback situation, Drake May versus Eli Manning, which is crazy, and everything else going on in the sports world, including some NFL rule changes that may be on the table. We're broadcasting live from the Town Fair Tire studios.
Powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire.
I like when we do it as a duet. I like that.
You and me together. I like it. I'm always incredibly busy, juggling life, always on the go, whether traveling for cheer or during the football season out covering games. But I like knowing my family is safe when I'm not with them. So I turned to our partners at Sloman's, and they recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system into my home, and it's been a game changer, combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. I'll give you a perfect example. About a month ago, I came home really late from a trip out west. I got home at about 1 in the morning, opened the garage from my phone, get to the door, and it's locked. My wife had locked all the doors. I couldn't get in. And we don't have a key to our door, so I was stuck in the garage. But luckily, my Sloman Shield Link system controls all my locks from my phone. So I just pulled out my phone, opened the back door, and walked in calmly. And I didn't even yell at Tracy for locking me out of the house. You can experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system as well. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME, or visit Slomans.com today.
This portion of the program is sponsored by IHateMyEnergyBill.com. Are you sick of insane utility bills? Go to IHateMyEnergyBill.com to find out if your home qualifies for solar with zero out-of-pocket costs. See your bills dwindle with solar panels and get your free savings report today at IHateMyEnergyBill.com. This portion of the program was not sponsored by IHateEvanRoberts.com.
We're We're talking Yankees and Mets as we get you ready for the 2026 season. From the Time Pitchers and Catchers Report through opening day.
There's a high drive. That's leaving the yard.
The hot stove is fired up on the Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With 45 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at ChefIQ.com. That's ChefIQ.com.
When it comes to affordable term life insurance, everyone's whistling the Big Lou tune. If you're over 50, maybe a bit porky, or have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost about $200 a month. Even if you're not in perfect health, call Big Lou, because he specializes in finding big chunks of affordable term life insurance for just about everyone. Don't let diabetes or other health glitches keep you from owning $500,000 to $1 million or more of term life insurance. For affordable term life insurance, call Big Lou. Don't hesitate. Call 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or visit biglou.com.
Call Big Lou, don't hesitate. 800-700-6898. Call Big Lou, don't hesitate. 800-700-6898. Visit biglou.com.
Think switching to T-Mobile's a whole complicated thing? Nah, it's easy. You can do it almost anywhere in just 15 minutes.
Even poolside like Drewski, you can switch to T-Mobile and unlock savings that are built to last. With T-Mobile's Better Value Plan, you can save over $1,000 a year versus Verizon and AT&T. Save on streaming, satellite, and more benefits that they leave out.
Now I get all the VIP perks.
Start saving from day one, and for a limited time, get T-Mobile's Better Value Plan.
I know you love deals.
Plus, switch right now, and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800. What do you think of all that, Drewski?
Stay chillin', just switch. It's better over here.
Check the math at T-Mobile.com/better-value. Savings versus comparable plans at AT&T and Verizon, plus the cost of optional benefits. Plan features and taxes and fees vary. With 3+ lines of Better Value Plan. 3+ new lines and 2 eligible ports, or 3+ lines and 5+ years on T-Mobile postpaid plan required. Qualifying credit required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Get up to $800 per line via virtual prepaid card. Typically takes 15 days after rebate submission. Qualifying unlocked device credit service ported 90+ days with device and eligible carrier, and timely redemption required. No cash access and card expires in 6 months. Card issued by Sunrise Banks N.A. member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. You know, some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Rogue is not only strong and practical, but it's reliable too. We've tested the turbocharged engine for thousands of hours, so it keeps going when you need it most. And 225 pound-feet of torque is what's going to allow this SUV to tackle those bigger, more ambitious adventures. Everything so you can go rogue.
Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, or 2025 Nissan Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example: 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to in-mat credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 3/2/26.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small, they've helped mark the moments that matter most to their customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As they celebrate a century of excellence, they thank you for being a part of their story, and they look forward to the moments still to come. They invite you to visit London Jewers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Hi, it's Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a very happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And while that's not an easy thing for me to achieve, my friends at CertaPro Painters had no such problems. Big jobs, small jobs, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you are facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 866-323-7529. 250L Saddlebrook. Diana Magala, licensed in New York and New Jersey. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Mostly cloudy, high 34.
Weather brought to you by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
No matter the season, New York sports never stop. Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets. If it's happening, we're talking about it. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
Back to your calls in a minute. A lot on the table. NFL rule changes, the Jets' pursuit of Derek Carr, people being pissed off about Drake May and Eli Manning comparisons. All coming up, 888-808-1019. But every Tuesday right around this time, play a little game called Posted and Toasted. Find the old tweets of our fellow FAN coworkers, and Tiki will guess who it is. And maybe we'll toast you. And, of course, it's brought to you by the Rothenberg Law Firm. Injured? Visit injurylawyer.com. And Princeton Longevity Center. Experience the power of personalized medicine.
It's time for Posted and Toasted.
Posted and toasted in 1, 2, 3. Posted and toasted where Evan finds the treats. Posted and toasted will Tiki guess them right? It's posted and toasted time.
That's right. That's from one of our loyal listeners who wrote and produced and performed the theme song now to Posted and Toasted. Let's go back to February 5th, 2022. Watching the Olympics, was going to do a little snowboarding, and then I remembered I hurt my back trying to tie my shoes. Staying on the couch instead. Is that person Evan Roberts, Al Dukes, Craig Carton, or Sean Morash?
That sounds like a Sean Morash.
You're wrong.
No, that is not Sean Morash.
I was going to say satirical tweet.
Satirical tweet from Sean? No, I guess he never
So
talked
that had
about
to be you.
You're wrong.
Al Dukes?
You're wrong.
That was Craig Carton, ladies and gentlemen.
Really?
Yeah. I always think during the Olympics, because I do, not with the snowboarding. I wouldn't agree with Craig on that, but when I'm watching.
I spoke to Robert Sala last night.
Okay, good for you. When I'm watching the Olympics, I do think, especially with the thing where you push the tiles or whatever it's called.
What? The curling?
Curling.
The tiles?
I forget. Like, I do
It's a stone, by the way.
A stone. I do think sometimes watching an event like that, I can do it. Now, the truth is, I can't. So before anyone yells at me, I know I can't. But there are activities that you watch and say, I can do it. I feel the same way about volleyball when I watch it during the summer. And even ice skating. Ice skating looks so easy. And it's not.
Really?
Yeah, it looks easy.
What is easy about ice skating?
You're just gliding on the ice.
No, it's endurance.
Sean, I know that. I'm saying when you watch it, sometimes you think like, that looks so easy. And it's really not.
Yeah, my daughter said last night she thought she could do the luge pretty easy. I said, no shot.
How about the bobsled?
The bobsled, I think I could do the bobsled. I got to be in the back, though. I'll be the last one to hop in.
Yeah, because that's just push and then ride.
Yeah.
Unless you're the driver, you just kind of wait.
Yeah.
You're wait in the sled to get it down the get it. And I guess you got to kind of turn with everybody. But
It seems like you're on a Disney ride.
Exactly. It's Guardians of the Galaxy Ice Edition.
That's what I'm thinking. Here's another Olympic-style post. This is from July 27th, 2016. I would watch Olympic swimming if they had... Hold on a second. All right.
Should I get the Al Dukes drop ready?
I know.
How do you assume that?
You're wrong.
I would watch Olympic swimming if they had to swim in poop.
Oh, I thought that's not worth it.
What?
Yes, I would watch Olympic swimming if they had to swim in poop. Is that Craig Carton, Sean Morash, Greg Giannotti, or Al Dukes?
That's got to be Gio.
You're wrong.
Is it Craig again?
You're wrong.
That's just disgusting. Gio?
Sean had it right the first time.
You're wrong.
Al Dukes.
Al?
Yeah.
Why would you do that, Al?
Eat me.
Because I think he's basically telling you the swimming is boring. So he would watch it
No,
if
it's not.
it was done in a different environment.
Yes, a different medium.
Yes, that's what he is suggesting.
That's gross.
It is very gross. It is very gross. All right. This is also sort of timely. We're talking about quarterbacks. This is from August 3rd, 2023. Deshaun Watson. And by the way, before I read this, there were a lot of things to rip Deshaun Watson about in this moment. Because again, it's August 3rd, 2023.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot.
A lot you could rip him, right? Listen to this tweet. Deshaun Watson wearing a winter hat on August 2nd? What are we doing? Is that Evan Roberts, Greg Giannotti, Sean Morash, or Tommy Lugauer?
Well, Tommy always wears hats, so I'm going to say it was Sean.
Got it right. That was Sean
Best
Morash.
wiener I've ever had in my mouth.
Do you remember being upset by Deshaun Watson's winter hat on August 3rd?
I could close my eyes. It was
Why did it bother you so much?
because it was the Hall of Fame game, and we're all sitting down, and it was about 95 degrees out, and the camera showed Deshaun Watson on the sideline wearing it, and it infuriated me. As somebody who loves summer, what are you doing? It is so hot out.
I love the winter hat, though. I'm totally with him. Like, if
I do
there's...
too. I sit at home with mine on.
I do too sometimes.
Just because it's comfort.
It feels so good, dude.
But when you're outside and the humidity is peaking 100.
True. I hear you, but sometimes you just need to, I don't know, feel comfortable. Maybe it was chilly in the locker room. I have no idea.
What?
Seriously.
I just love
like at home when it's cold in the house because it's, your air conditioning is on 60 or whatever because it's 95 outside. You put a little hat on. It's comforting.
It is very comforting.
I've often wondered why the Bucks and Dolphins even make winter hats.
And finally, this is from November 30th, 2016. I would medal in a parallel parking Olympics. Is that Tiki Barber, Evan Roberts, Al Dukes, or Boomer Esiason?
I mean, I could win that, so I could see myself saying that, but I don't tweet, so.
Then November, it was 2016, Tiki. Just keep that in mind.
It's a decade ago. I still don't think
Suck,
I did.
suck.
I'm going to say this was Boomer.
You're wrong.
You think Boomer drives himself?
I don't know.
Doesn't he have like a driver?
But, I mean, when you're an athlete, you think you can master everything.
That is true.
Gio.
You're wrong.
You.
That's right. You are sharing.
I mean, it was like sex. Let's be honest. It was amazing.
You are sharing a studio with the greatest parallel parker in the history of parallel parking.
Did you teach parallel parking?
I never taught it, but I'll never forget how I learned it. My sister taught me when I was trying to get my driver's test. And I'll also never forget that when I took my driver's test, I bombed the parallel parking.
Right.
Like that was the worst part of what I did. And yet I passed the test, which I was stunned by. And from that day forward, I went on and became one of the great parallel parkers of all time.
Pre my senior year in high school, I taught driver's ed.
What?
Yes.
You talk about things I don't see coming from Tiki Barber. I did not think you were
Because I
going
was such a good driver. It's because I was driving when I was 14 because my grandmother lived on the Eastern Shore.
Wow.
And so there was nothing out there.
Wow.
So when I was 14 years old, we're just driving around in the yard and going down the highway and there's nobody there.
Right.
Like nothing to get in trouble. And if you run off the road, you just run it in the grass.
Right.
Or corn or whatever the heck was on the other side of the road.
Not a problem if you drive off
So
the
when
road.
when I took my driver's test, the guy was like, "Man, you're good. It's like
Yeah.
you've been driving for years." I'm like, "I kind of have then."
Wow.
And so they had a job opening for the parallel parking thing.
Yeah.
And so I applied for it. He's like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Wow. Would you beat me in a parallel park off? Like if we organized an event?
I also lived in the city.
So have I.
I mean, I parallel parked all the time.
So I'll wreck your ass.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. Like, what?
I can do it without even looking now.
So can I.
We're going to have to parallel park off.
This sounds like a major digital
I don't
event.
even know how we do it, but we need to have a parallel. And here's the other thing about the parallel park off. We shut off that back camera because I think that's cheating.
Oh, it definitely is.
Now, I don't.
It definitely is. I do it because of the mirrors. I can do it from.
No, that's how we learned. And I have to admit, when they first invented the back camera, I refused to look at it. I thought it was like, come on, this is BS. I do admit that when I parallel park now, and I do it a lot less because I live in the town or whatever.
I don't parallel park at all. I can't think of the last time I've done it. I use the back camera for when I'm backing into a space.
Gotcha. The last time I parallel parked was Sunday at the Brooklyn Nets game. That's when I parallel parked. Nice. But I go to Brooklyn. But I now use the back camera. I do admit, just because it's there. And it's like, why would I not use it if it's there?
It's like leaving challenges in your pocket as a coach.
Yeah. You may as well throw it out there. So I would accept you in a parallel park off because I think I'm damn good at it.
We're going to have to get Izzo to think about how we do this.
Yes. And I'll tell you, I don't know if G remembers this, but I had a traumatic moment with Greg and Joe back in the day. And they probably forgot. Like, in fairness,
parking moment?
I did. Yeah. So we rented a car in California. We were in Los Angeles.
All right.
Going on one of our road trips. We went on 2. So I forget which one, but we were out there. And we were now going out to like dinner or a bar. We were living the lifestyle. And there's one tiny spot in front of the restaurant on an incredible busy road. And I go out to parallel park because I'm the driver. And I choked. I literally
couldn't do it.
I could not do it. And it was so bad that I tapped out and G came in and finished the job. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if he remembers that because it could just be whatever.
But you have that on your resume. You can't be trash talking Tiki.
No, but that was hold on, can I defend myself? That was the moment of no more of this. No more of this. And
that was your Drake May Super Bowl?
That was my Drake.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to go practice.
That was
great again.
Dude, that was like 2010. So in fairness, like I took that moment, especially living in Queens, going to Nets games, driving around the city. That was my watershed moment of I got embarrassed. I got embarrassed in a big spot, California, Joe B. Like this will never happen again.
When was that?
I think it was 2010 or 2009, kind of in that range.
So you and being a bad to good parallel parker correlates with the Jet playoff drought. You got to go back to being a bad parallel parker. That's what breaks the curse.
That's what you come up with.
It's the same.
The Jets are a sewer.
How long did it take that to pop into your head? Like immediately?
Quickly.
All right, a lot of things are popping in your head. Why don't you give us a fan focus?
I will. The fan focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. So 'twas the day after football, and all through the house was a lot of fighting going on between the Pistons and Hornets. Yes, last night 4 players ejected in an all-out bench-clearing brawls. The Pistons beat the Hornets 110-104. But who really cares? Isaiah Stewart was running all over the court like a madman. We're waiting for suspensions to come down. My screen just went blank on the rest of the information here. But Hornets, Pistons, full-on brawl had all of everybody's NBA attention last night. This fan focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Yeah, it got our attention because it was a real brawl. Like, Diabate was, I guess, defending Jalen Duren.
It was originally Tobias Harris.
Oh, was it originally
Yes, it was Tobias Harris, and Duren came in.
Oh, I gotcha. And then they got into a fight, but the best part was Isaiah Stewart, who like fights with everybody, like that's his rep, wasn't even in the game, and he charged.
He came off the bench.
Yeah. So he's going to be suspended. But more on this later because that's kind of the Pistons' MO.
Once you're ejected, do you face suspension or are you automatically suspended?
No, there's going to be a suspension.
So
I don't know how many games.
You're suspended.
Well, if you come off the bench too, you're automatically suspended, as Knicks fans are fully aware of.
No, I know that part, but I'm wondering if the guys that were in the game that were fighting.
Will they face additional suspensions?
Yeah, I think anybody threw a punch.
Yeah,
anybody who threw a punch and was ejected is going to get suspended.
No doubt.
And how many?
How many guys?
Yeah,
I think there were about 4 guys involved because Miles Bridges was involved.
Right.
It was Bridges, Diabate, Duren, and Stewart. Duren and Stewart.
And Isaiah Stewart, yeah.
Right.
But this is what the Pistons do, man. So more on that later because this could be something the Knicks are going to have to deal with.
Right.
Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019, the number. Anthony's in Old Bridge, New Jersey. What's up, Anthony?
What's up, guys? Thanks for taking the call. I just we'll touch on the NFL rules, but the whole Drake May Eli thing got me all fired up. I mean, Sean, thank you for yelling. I know, Evan, you were trying to make your point, but it goes to the overall thing, the disrespect Eli Manning receives across the entire NFL. I've had enough of it. I don't want to hear it anymore. The guy's won 2 Super Bowls. I don't know what else this guy's going to possibly do. I'm tired of hearing all the talking heads. Drake May played so bad, it was disgraceful that they were even in the playoffs, and the Patriots fans were just, I'm just tired of it. Eli Manning's a Super Bowl champion. Drake May, come at me when you actually do something important in the playoff game, okay? That's number one. All right. In regards to the NFL rules, you're talking about the drafting. I'm with lockstep with Sean. You can't have GMs trading picks from 5 years from now where it's going to be completely irrelevant, whatever ramifications they do. The NBA draft's a joke. If the NFL does that, it's going to be even worse of an issue. And then the other thing you were talking about with the other NFL rule with the 4th and 13 play, I don't think it's a terrible idea, but there's too much. Look how much we talk about with the referees and things right now. How are they going to legislate a 4th and 13? What if there's a holding? What if there's a face miss? Automatic first downs? Not. What if someone's grabbing or it's a bad call? I think there's just too much there.
Well, I think the question, Anthony, is whether or not it makes the end of games more exciting.
It definitely does.
Because that's what the NFL is looking for.
And it definitely accomplishes that.
100%, because it's now a play that has a greater likelihood of being successful. And I'd have to go look at the 4th and long, that's 10+ conversion percentage in the NFL over the last couple of years. But that's what we're talking about, as opposed to the onside kick coverage percentage, which I think is like 2% or something like that, 3%. And so it just makes it much more compelling of a game. If you're down big, you're never getting the onside kick, but you could convert a 4th and long.
Here are the numbers. This is breakdown between 2013 and now.
Yes.
All right, so
for fourth and longs.
I'm going to give you each one of them.
Okay.
On 4th and 10, the success rate is 27.8%.
That dominates what the onside kick coverage percentage recovery is.
No, I agree.
Dominates it. Because that's all you got to. That's all you got to tell you.
But is it too dominant? Like, that's the other problem. You don't want to make it too easy. Is 27% too high? Feels like it is. It should be more like 15 to 20%, in my opinion. It should be rare that you accomplish this. And to his point about the penalties, I completely agree. What I would do is on those plays.
You'd have to further break down that. How many of those were on penalties?
Yeah, but no, I think the success rate is based on just legitimately being successful and not because technically,
not via penalty.
If you get a first down on a 3rd and 10 because of a penalty, it does not go down as to your percentage of success on 3rd down. Right. So I'm assuming those are just. But what I would do is, if there's a face mask, a hold, something like that, I would take away the automatic first down and just make a 5 or 10 yard penalty.
Yeah.
So you force that team to have to convert again, even if that next conversion is a lot more doable.
Right.
Because it's a 4th and 5 instead of a 4th and 15.
Yeah, look, some of these offensive coordinators have made it a masterclass, the word Evan now hates, of figuring out how to get PIs on 3rd or 4th and long situations.
The reason I hate the word masterclass is the same reason Joe back in the day hated the word Uber. Like, he, for some reason, started hating that word.
This is before there was Uber?
It actually was, yes. Like, people would say, that guy's uber talented, uber this, uber that. And, like, Joe just, I don't know why. For whatever reason, like, that word would set him off.
What a goddamn disgrace.
What's wrong with Uber?
It bothered him. The reason masterclass bothers me is because it's overused. I hear it all the time now.
No, I don't hear it all the time.
You did it with Joe Shane and salary cap.
No, I did it.
Tommy
I did not do it with Joe Shane
else.
and salary cap.
Yes,
I did it with Jacob deGrom getting not signed by the Mets.
Tiki, that's another example of you using it. Like, I've got a few of them. But Tommy took it from you now, so he uses it all the time. And it's like, everything's a masterclass. Like, shouldn't masterclasses be saved for, like, a true masterclass? Like a true one. Like a real one. Like
I gave you a masterclass on why Eli's better than Drake May.
No, you didn't listen to the guy's argument. You just made a new one.
You didn't.
Why are we going back to this?
Because I'm still angry about it.
I know you are. I can tell. Let's go to John in Westchester. Hey, John.
Do you guys really think it's a coincidence that less than 24 hours after Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl, Ian Rappaport tweets out that Adam Gase is coming back from his 5-year coaching hiatus? I think that he realizes that his legacy has now went from having the greatest passing season of all time with Peyton Manning to ruining Sam Darnold.
Right.
And now he is working for the Chargers, and he would like his legacy to be that he's going to transform Justin Herbert into one of the best quarterbacks in football.
I mean, Justin Herbert is already kind of good.
Yeah, he just sucks in a big spot.
Yeah, just those moments. So, I'm going to be interested to see what the impact is of him, because I think it might be nothing. He's the quarterback coach.
Yeah, he absolutely has no impact. I think what has bothered people about Ian Rappaport's report and Adam Gase and Sam Darnold is that Ian Rappaport, who I like and I respect, tweeted out Adam Gase's comeback in a way that was, how do I put it, deeply offensive to me and deeply offensive to Jets fans. Because he tweets out, I'll find you the exact wording just so I could be accurate. I don't want to speak out of turn here. But basically he says Adam Gase is coming back. Okay, and that was news we talked about at the very end of our show yesterday because it came out and we were like, oh, Adam Gase is back. And I thought I was very respectful when I said he's one of the worst coaches in the history of the Jets, but I don't have anything personal against him. I wish him all the best, but he sucks. And he lives in Jet history as an abomination, right? Which I think was classy because I wish him all the best. You know, he's not a bad guy. And so Ian Rappaport tweets, he's back after a 5-year hiatus. Adam Gase returns to coaching in the NFL. He then, in a second tweet, writes this, and this is what set people off. And you tell me if you've got an issue with it because I don't like it. Adam Gase has worked with quarterbacks such as Peyton Manning, Jay Cutler, and Sam Darnold, setting records with Manning as OC. Now set to work with Justin Herbert. It was framed in a way as if he did something.
Like he was responsible for Sam Darnold, who is now a Super Bowl champion.
Right.
Along with Peyton Manning, who is a Super Bowl champion.
Right.
That's true.
That's what was deeply offensive. Like it was presented in a way as if Sam Darnold is on Adam Gase's resume as, look, see what I did.
And the reality is that he admitted I failed him. He admitted he failed Sam Darnold.
So why would you put that out there? And this is the problem. This is the problem with the media when it comes to reporting information.
Revisionist history, that's the problem.
No. He got his info from Adam Gase's agent, and it's all about making the client who get you the information look good. And by the way, this is not just Ian, who I like. It's all of them.
Right.
Like, haven't you seen it? Like, these reporters put out information. They're like, and they're with agent blah, blah, blah. Like, no one cares who the person's agent is. But they put it out there as like, I'm returning the favor for the information I got. And so I assume that's what happened with Ian, because otherwise, why would you even put that out there? And so I think that's kind of one of the problems. Like, they get their information and they have to put over whoever gave them the information. So here is a case of trying to put over Adam Gase. Don't put over Adam Gase. Just report the news. He got a job. He sucked with the Jets. We'll see what happens here.
Right.
Isn't that's me just breaking it down?
No, that's as accurate as you can get.
I think that's very accurate. Thank you very much. Let's go to Marcus in Saratoga. Hey, Marcus.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
What's up?
Hey, I wanted to follow up quickly on a couple points from last week. First off, Tiki, we were talking last week. We discussed the Russell Wilson trade to the Broncos a little bit, and you had run down the members included in the trade, the players.
Right.
And I believe when you got to Derek Hall, you said, I don't know where Derek is. I think he might have been listening because he scored 2 sacks in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. Basically, what I meant was how good of a season. What I meant was how good of a season he had, because he didn't start all the games.
No, it's all good.
Well, he made an impact.
No, he had a hell of a Super Bowl, though. No, you're right about that,
He
Marcus.
had a great Super Bowl. No, hey, no problem, man. I want to make sure Derek gets his flowers.
Oh, never.
And then Evan, man, there's this commercial I hear on WFAN sometimes. I think it's for paint. It might be Sal who's doing it. And he makes this comment in there about his wife and how she's impossible to satisfy. And I'm just wondering if his wife is you, because you are always finding a way to be unhappy about things. You wanted the Patriots to get their butts kicked, and you didn't want Sam Darnold to be the MVP.
Yeah.
How are you in a bad mood this week?
I'm not in a bad mood. Who says I'm in a bad mood? I'm in a great mood.
You went on and on about Adam Sandler. It's like you're just looking for things to be upset about.
That's completely different.
He had to make the Jets somewhat relevant.
No.
In the most irrelevant moment of their existence.
It has nothing to do with me. I was thrilled with the Super Bowl, as I explained. I was thrilled with the way it played it out. I enjoyed the game. I was bothered when Mike Tirico incorrectly identified a prominent Jet fan as a Patriot.
No biggie.
And I stand by that. Well, you could say it's a no biggie, but it bothered me. And I stand by that completely. But overall, I'm in a really good mood. And you know why else I'm in a good mood?
Why?
Because today is a holiday. Today is spring training eve. And tomorrow, spring training begins. Now,
can't wait.
I know you're excited, but it's also closure to the offseason. We spent so much time breaking down this Mets offseason and this Yankee offseason.
Is it?
I think it's over. Like, there'll be rumors of other moves, but for the most part, it is over. When we come back, we recheck what we wanted the Yankees to do and what they actually did, and if we're satisfied with what the Yankees did. Plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019 and a special Cinco de Luncho coming up in about a half hour where we rank personally the worst Super Bowls of our lifetime. Evan and Tiki here on The Fan.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The brawl in last night's Pistons-Hornets game in the NBA was amazing. And look, you don't want to see these brawls happen on a night-in, night-out basis. But in a league right now where you have about a third of the teams openly tanking, the Utah Jazz are openly tanking games and still managed to win a game against Miami on Monday night. Isn't it refreshing to see two teams give a damn about the regular season? I loved it last night from Detroit and from Charlotte. I'm Nick Costos.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? From game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Curling matches that start slow and somehow get tense fast. Speed skating decided by inches, hockey games that feel different from the opening faceoff, and so much more. FanDuel is the place to bet on the winter games. You can bet on who you think will take home the gold in alpine skiing, skeleton, bobsleigh, luge, and speed skating, just to name a few. The winter games are here. Stay connected to the action with FanDuel. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
This President's Month at Nielsen Dodge, fun is in the driver's seat. We're celebrating all month with special presidential savings, plus 0 down payment.
We have your new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram at extra special fun is in the driver's seat savings.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4, just $187 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Laredo X 4x4, just $295 a month.
Plus, choose from a wide selection of certified pre-owned vehicles.
And if you need credit help, we're here to make it fast and easy on Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
President's Day Sales Event. Term 27 months to assigned Compass 5782, Cherokee 5890 at tax tag 489 dock and DMV fees.
The Rutgers men's basketball team is back in action this winter at Jersey Mike's Arena. Join the fun and don't miss the excitement on the court as head coach Steve Peichel and the Scarlet Knights take on some of the top teams in the Big Ten Conference. Limited tickets are still available to come cheer on your Scarlet Knights. For more information or to purchase Rutgers men's basketball tickets, visit scarletknights.com. That's scarletknights.com. And go RU.
Are you excited as I am? Are you kidding? I live for Restaurant Week.
By the way, dinner is on me.
What? You don't have to.
Don't worry about it. I've been using Upside, so I have a little extra to spend on going out.
I've heard of Upside. It's the cashback app, right? How's it work?
Simple. I open the app, claim a restaurant offer, pay like normal, and Upside sends me cash back.
It's that easy?
Yep. And I earned about $250 in cash back just from dining out last year.
$250?
Yeah, it's money I can cash out to my bank or turn into gift cards.
If that's the case, then this one is on you. I'm downloading Upside right now so I can earn cash back on the next one.
New York, meet Upside, the free app that gives you cash back on restaurants and gas. Use promo code NYC1 for a 10% bonus on your first restaurant transaction. Download Upside and use promo code NYC1 for a 10% bonus on your first restaurant transaction. Remember, that's promo code NYC1.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
What would you say was the biggest factor in getting that win tonight?
I mean, you said it. I think that was it for me. Factor. I was feeling strong. Had plenty in the tank for overtime.
Wait, Factor, like the meals?
Yeah, Factor meals. I've been getting Factor high-protein meals delivered all month. I get all the power I need. They taste great, and they're ready to eat in 2 minutes.
Okay, I need to get on that.
For real. Go to factormeals.com. It's the easiest way to eat like a pro.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Your official station to talk Yankees. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
A couple of things. Number one, we touched on this briefly yesterday about MLB.TV and ESPN and how now you need to get the ESPN app and you got to pay for that, and then you could get the MLB package. This is a problem Major League Baseball has. No one actually knows the truth because I've read certain reports, Bob Nightingale just put one out, that you actually don't need the ESPN app. And the price would be the same as a year ago. You could actually have the MLB app, download it on your smart TV or on your tablet.
Yep.
And if you pay the $149.99 per year, the same price as last year, you get all the games. But if you have ESPN Unlimited, you would get it for a cheaper price. So now I don't
So you would get ESPN now cheaper? Or
no, you would
get MLB cheaper?
Purchase the MLB package for a cheaper price. Very similar to what the NFL does with YouTube TV. If you have YouTube TV, you can buy the NFL package for a cheaper price. If you don't, you can still buy it. It's a little bit more. The problem baseball has, and I think they need to make this clear to their audience, is what is the deal? Like, do you need the ESPN app? Do you not? What is the cost? What if you have the ESPN app? Because it's not fair for all of us to guess. And I work in media. I'm doing my research, and I still have no idea.
And what happens if you have a bundle as opposed to it directly?
I don't know.
I have ESPN in a bundle.
That's a great question. I don't know.
I have it in Hulu and Disney.
Yes, I have that as well.
In a bundle with ESPN.
My assumption is you can buy the package for a cheaper price. So baseball needs to do a better job, especially with spring training beginning, of making it a little bit more clear what their package looks like. Now, tomorrow spring training begins. Tiki is not excited about it. I'll tell you this right now. Big Mac's having a party at his house. He's excited about it.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Big Mac, tell him about the spring training party.
You're having a party?
Yeah, you didn't get the invitation?
Party?
Yeah.
I'll invite you, Teak.
You're not actually having a party.
Yeah, I'm going to be there tomorrow, too.
Isn't that kind of like, I don't know.
What?
Nerdy?
Excuse me?
Extremely. And I apologize for none of it.
Yeah, actually, you know who's going to the spring training party?
Who?
Me and Big Mac.
That's it?
It's just the two of us.
Oh, nice.
We run into each other's arms like Apollo and Rocky on the beach in Rocky 3, and then we sit down and watch spring training.
Finally.
Now, I understand for you and for a lot of people like, what does it really mean? Here's what it means. The offseason's over, okay?
Yeah.
We could sit here and talk about...
That's worth celebrating for sure.
It is. And what's tough about baseball is that the offseason lasts so long, you almost forgot how you felt. And so now we know the Yankees decided to do something that is like a frowned upon term. But this is the term everybody's using. The New York Yankees have decided to, quote, run it back.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a term that a lot of people don't like. They don't like run it back.
Right.
It's like a curse word. In fairness, before we have a discussion on the Yankees offseason, now that it's over, I thought it would be fair to go back to November 12th when we all unveiled our Yankees offseason plans, just to get an idea of what you wanted before the season, the offseason began. What I wanted, what Sean suggested. We'll skip Tommy because who cares? Just to get an idea, was it even close to what we wanted? So do you mind if we listen to my plan first?
Go ahead.
This isn't a prediction, okay? This is what we wanted them to do as baseball fans, as IBOs, or in Sean and Tiki's case, as Yankee fans. This is what we want off of the season that we had to make our team better. This is what I suggested the New York Yankees do back in mid-November. So my additions are, Grisham gets the qualifying offer. If he accepts it, great. If he doesn't, Harrison Bader on a 2-year deal. Alex Bregman to play shortstop in the time being. Michael King, Elias Diaz, Harrison Bader, and potentially Dominguez for Kwan. How great is my plan?
No, it's a pretty good plan.
Thank you.
You just got none of it.
Well, Grisham?
Oh, Grisham.
Grisham,
but that was obvious.
Well, I don't know if it was.
I mean, was he really going to try test the free agent market after having one great season?
In fairness, Tiki, I know it's easy to say that now. I think in the moment we didn't know.
No,
just to be fair, we did not know. So unfortunately, I got none of what I wanted. I was in favor of moving on from Dominguez, and I later took the Bregman idea and had Bichette as part of it too, of bringing in a guy to play shortstop for now and eventually move to third base once Anthony Volpe reestablishes himself, or maybe George Lombard Jr. is ready to take over the job. Here's the Tiki plan. Do you even remember your plan?
I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tiki's Yankee plan.
For first base, instead of re-signing Cody Bellinger and using him all over the place, I'm like you, not keeping him. They go get Seattle's Josh Naylor.
Oh, my God. That would piss Yankee fans off. They don't like him.
It doesn't matter. I want the best player.
He's a good ball player.
I want the best player.
So Tiki's idea, along with me, was to let Bellinger go and to add Josh Naylor. Did not happen.
Didn't happen.
Now we got Sean's plan. I think I have a few Sean clips because he had like an extensive plan.
Yeah, because
3 clips here.
Right, but I think you also said none of this is going to happen. They're just going to run it back. I remember you saying that.
Did he say that? I don't have that clip.
Or intimating that.
Here is Sean Morash's plan. Let's start with part number 1.
Cody Bellinger's Mr. Yankee. They're going to flirt with Kyle Tucker. He's going to sign a 7-year, $180 million deal.
Oh.
Okay, you could all you want.
No, that's fine. By the way, did you say keep Cody Bellinger? Is that how you would take that?
He did.
Yeah.
He basically
Mr.
said
Yankee.
he's Mr. Yankee. He's going to keep him. He's going to sign 7 for 180. He signed 5 for
155, 160. Yeah.
65.
They did better than I offered.
Yeah, no, they absolutely did.
Right.
Yeah, it was just when I was listening back to that, it was weird. I wasn't sure if you were saying they were going to get Kyle Tucker.
No, they're gonna flirt with Kyle Tucker. It's gonna come down to the wire. Is what I was gonna say. Which kind of did.
Nah, they didn't flirt with. They didn't flirt with.
But at
Kyle
least the
Tucker.
Bellinger thing came down to the wire.
No, you absolutely got it right. And by the way, this isn't predictions. This is what you wanted. So, you should be happy you got your guy back.
I am happy they have Cody.
Tiki and I were both more in favor of moving on from him, not because we didn't like him, but just other ways to build the baseball team. All right, so number 1, you got what you wanted with Cody Bellinger.
We're also going to retain Devin Williams after all. He's going to Nick games with Aaron Judge.
Wow!
I kept Devin Williams.
Yeah, okay. So around 3 years, $54 million comes into about $18 million a year, following the reliever market. I feel like for a guy who's not going to be paid to be a closer.
You're going to give Devin Williams $18 million a year? Well, he didn't, but my team did.
What did they give him?
3 years, 51. Sean said 3 years, 54.
It's close.
Wow.
I mean, you basically nailed it.
You nailed it. Just the wrong team.
Yeah. So you're disappointed they didn't keep Devin Williams. As much as you're talking crap on Met fans, you wanted to keep him.
He figured it out as the year went on, even though the postseason was great. But whatever. When it mattered down the stretch, he was good.
I have gotten advice on this and so this is why people tend to not like me. Evan plants a seed in the head. I didn't crap on the Mets for signing Devin Williams. I crapped on when he became your closer, which was the same thing here. I wanted to sign him in the bullpen.
Right.
And I'm on record as saying that when he was going to set up Diaz, I was all for it for the Mets.
I love how you're trying to pivot this.
No, but I think
always
it's true.
do this.
Hey, that's true, though.
Is it?
That is fact.
Well, he wanted Devin Williams back. You didn't get that. And honestly, when you look at the Yankee bullpen, which we'll get to in a minute, you can very much say you didn't do anything because they lost Devin Williams, they lost Luke Weaver. They didn't do enough. Now, they added guys, just not guys that you're sure of.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyhow, here's the third part of Sean's Yankee plan.
Okay. They're going to go to Cleveland, and they're going to get their leadoff hitter in Stephen Kwan.
Oh, you like the Kwan idea?
The headline package in that deal is they're trading Luis Heel to give Cleveland some upside at the top of their rotation. Now, you might be saying, well, are the Yankees in position to be trading starting pitching, knowing what's going on at the top? Well, they just got Stephen Kwan to lead off and play left. They brought Bellinger back. They're trading Jason Dominguez. They're trading Chase Hampton. They're trading Bryce Cunningham and Dax Kilby, major prospects, to the Florida Marlins. This is ridiculous. For Sandy Alcantara.
This is why I should have went before Sean. I don't even have to go now. That was my trade. I made. Why is a Yankee fan not featured last?
But by the way, the fact that Tommy got so upset about it is hilarious to me because you took his idea.
Right. Meanwhile, Alcantara went nowhere.
That's right.
He's still there.
So
they did trade the Marlins first of all.
Yeah, they did.
They did, right. Wasn't exactly what you were looking at, but they did add Ryan Weathers.
But don't worry, you're getting Garrett Cole as a buyout market guy.
That's the comp you're going to use?
Yeah, Garrett Cole. Yeah, he's like a buyout guy.
No, it's a trade. You got to go with trade.
Trade, yeah. Preseason or start of the season trade.
So what I'm curious about is the Yankees didn't do any of this. And look, they didn't do anything that anybody wanted because they kept the team together. Now, you wanted Cody Bellinger back. They did that. In terms of adding outside players, they didn't do that.
Yep.
And I know a lot of Yankee fans are upset about that. That's why run it back is like this negative term. Knowing what you wanted back in the middle of November and knowing what we have right now, are you good with this offseason or no?
I'm disappointed, but I almost feel like I now need to preface every single Yankee argument with the understanding of why I'm disappointed. I have no doubts this Yankee team is going to go back to the playoffs. But to me, we keep going to the playoffs every year. I wanted to build a team that I think would be better equipped to get through series in October.
Right.
They still have a massive hole. Like they have not addressed who's leading off on this team. Now, Grisham will start the year.
It'll be Grisham.
But he's not a true leadoff hitter. You know, Kwan gives you a little bit of everything, hitting for average and all of that. Like Grisham was a leadoff hitter, but hit with a lot of pop, and he did a good job there. But they haven't had a true leadoff hitter in a long time, and I'm concerned about the bullpen. How could you not be? Now, they're every year up and down, and I'm sure there's going to be a couple guys emerge that I fall in love with. But, yeah, I have major concerns. I think they're going to go win 90-plus games and go to the playoffs, but I don't feel any better about them than I did at the end of October.
What's interesting about what Brian Cashman did here is that even with teams that win championships, like even with teams that have great success, running it back to the level that the Yankees just did is not common. Like bringing back...
It's basically the whole team, save two guys.
Which is incredible.
Right, Luke Weaver and Devin Williams.
And they are adding Cole. They are.
No, I get that, but
everybody else is the same.
If you look at their 26-man roster when the season starts, assuming there are no major injuries, and remember, Garrett Cole's not going to be there on opening day, so he's not even going to be a part of this 26-man roster, it is kind of nuts how similar the roster is towards the team that was in the division series last year.
Right.
And it's very uncommon for that to happen.
It's all of them but two.
Yeah, that does not happen.
No.
Now, what I think Brian Cashman is telling you is he really believed in last year's team. And he looked at what happened at the end of last year with their struggles against Toronto, and he is saying, I don't believe that's going to happen again. Like, I don't believe we're going to be owned by Toronto.
I'm forgetting now what it was.
What
was it pitching?
In the playoffs?
No, just Toronto.
Yeah, Max Fried got bombed.
That's what it was.
Max Fried got bombed, and yes, Savage shut them down.
Right.
Aaron Judge swung at a pitch he shouldn't have swung at.
Yeah.
Like, there's a few images that really did them in. I mean,
loaded the bases, couldn't get them home.
Yeah. But ultimately, like, if you had to ask, like, what's the image of losing to Toronto? Is it Fried getting bombed? Is it the Judge at bat in game one? Like, what is it? Is it not being able to hit the bullpen game in game four?
That's
a fair one
too. After you have the whole moment in game three, to have that happen in game four.
So now you're hoping that the same roster basically is not going to be inept if Toronto has another bullpen type game or they have a pitching advantage. Meaning the Yankees have a pitching advantage. The offense is not going to be inept. That's why you run it back. You think last year was a fluke. That Toronto flukily beat you.
I don't even think it's a fluke. I think it's, and I know this isn't sexy, but I kind of to a level agree with Brian Cashman, despite the fact that I would have made changes. I wouldn't have just run back the exact same roster. He's basically telling you, look, along with the guys that we have, I believe Ben Rice will be better, given a full opportunity. I believe Austin Wells in year 3 will be better.
Right.
I believe that Anthony Volpe, whenever he comes back, June, July, will be better. I believe our third base situation, especially to start, is better. I believe that Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones, one of them will be better. And then, to bury the lead, Garrett Cole's walking through that door.
Right.
And I think when
you didn't even mention shortstop.
Well, I did. I said Volpe eventually when he comes back. But you're right. At the beginning of the season, you're probably looking at Jose Caballero, Oswaldo Cabrera. What Brian Cashman is telling you with all this, even if it drives Yankee fans nuts, is we can be better without improving our roster externally because we're going to get better internally. And by the way, I think he's right about a lot of that. Like everything I just said, I don't think it's all BS, and I'm certainly not working for the Yankee PR firm. I'm just being honest with you. They can be a better team than they were last year. And oh, by the way, last year, they won 94 games. So it's one of those weird things where it is not sexy, and I think the exclamation point was put on this by re-signing Paul Goldschmidt over the weekend, which we haven't addressed, in that, they really are running it back to a level that's unusual, but it actually makes sense when you think about the aspects of the team that should be better naturally.
They could also be worse, though.
Yeah, because Goldie might not be.
Goldie may not be good. What
Right.
if Ben
now,
Rice?
he's probably not playing as much as he did a year
He's
ago.
not.
Getting nearly as many at bats.
He's
but
not.
He's an insurance piece in case something goes wrong.
What if Ben Rice is a mess playing defense at first
then
base?
Goldie is playing first base.
What if Trent Grisham isn't hitting 30 homers in center field next year?
Then Jason Dominguez is playing center.
What if Stanton and Judge miss more games than they did last year? and they
All
have a history of
possible,
that?
by the way. And I
then
think that
Oswaldo Cabrera is utility master.
No, I
and
think
then they trade for Mark Vientos.
What if Carlos Rodon sucks?
I think all of that is fair, Sean, but I think you can do
Then
that
Luis
with
Hill will be better.
But I think you could do that with any baseball team going into the start of a season. What if this happens? What if Mookie Betts gets older? What if Freddie Freeman falls off the rooftop?
I think there's somewhat of an answer for all of the questions that Sean could come up with. Somewhat of an answer. No, meaning those answers might not work, but I think there is. It's not like, oh, God, we're screwed. We got to trade for somebody. Oh, we got to bring up a kid that's not ready. I don't think that's where the Yankees feel like they are. If any of those questions that you throw out there happen.
Yeah, no, I think that's just the inherent danger, though, when you do run it back, is you could point to all these things going positive. You could point to all the things going negative. You could point to half and half and materializing. But the only way to truly assure or try to feel like you got better from last year is to add to what you have.
I totally get that, and that's why I can't sell anyone that this was an offseason that you should celebrate.
Let's go Yankees.
But I think most seasons, and I think this was the case last year with the Mets, who had a failure of a year, right? They added Juan Soto. They had the sexiest offseason ever. They had Juan Soto, they kept Pete Alonso, and they got worse. And if I ask you why, the why is a lot of the players went backwards. A lot of the guys they expected to step up did not. Mark Vientos didn't step up. Francisco Alvarez didn't step up. And the reason I bring this up to you is because that's usually the line of success for a baseball team.
Right.
It's usually not the sexy offseason move. It's the internal guys. It's Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones. It's Luis Hill being healthy for a full season and being really good. It's Ben Rice now given the reins to be the everyday first baseman. Those are not sexy things, but those are usually the things that determine a baseball team's success more than the move that you are craving for them to make in December. And that's where I get it. Like, I understand not being drawn in by this offseason, but as we sit here today on the eve of spring training, the Yankees are a damn good team. And that's not me just quoting Brian Cashman. That's real.
No, and we're going to want to believe. We're going to be excited seeing the spring training games. We're going to show up to opening day pumped up. Well, first we're going to put it on Netflix the first day. Scream about that with baseball, but we'll be pumped up.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also local.
No.
It is not on local TV at all.
Road game, but still.
It's opening day, dude.
Yep, Netflix.
And it's not on local TV?
Yeah, can't wait for the buffer.
What the?
Netflix. He's right about that.
I have Netflix and I've had it forever, but whatever, but still.
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot.
It's one of those things you don't think about.
Yeah, they've labeled opening day Netflix and chill.
Have they really done that?
Then they won't be watching baseball at all.
Well, they'll be watching balls.
There's going to be a lot of old people confused on opening night. Yeah, Yankees Giants opening night. Netflix exclusive.
What time?
8 o'clock. It's like a regular start time. They're not doing anything crazy. 10:30 first pitch.
Yeah. You know what? 45 minutes at a Lincoln Lawyer goes right into it. You're good.
Does your dad have Netflix, Sean?
No.
Oh, God. Is this going to be a problem in the Morath household?
It's a whole login situation. He might end up down on my couch. But I am proud. He figured out Peacock on Sunday. Maybe he's going to get there by opening day.
Peacock.
I was trying to figure out, and there's no way to do this other than me just saying it. Has there ever been a run it back situation like the Yankees in terms of the percentage of a roster being so similar to the end of one year to the beginning of another? Because it really does feel unusual in this day and age of free agency to have, position player especially, the roster be so freaking similar.
Yeah, and the only reason it's not even more similar, meaning those two, is because they two guys left in free agency.
Who they chose to leave. They didn't even make an offer to Luke Weaver or Devin Williams. But when it comes to position players, there is a level of run it back that is very unusual. But the good news is, it's not a terrible thing. As much as we sat here in November talking about Josh Naylor in your case, or Alex Bregman, or Harrison Bader, or Michael King, or Stephen Kwan, or whatever name you want to come up with, as unsexy as this was, they're good. And they should be good. And I expect them to be right there to possibly win the American League East. And as we've talked about every year, when the Yankees get the number one seed, which hasn't happened often, they win. They have not lost a series in which they've had home field advantage in the Aaron Boone era. Not one. When they don't have home field advantage, unfortunately, bad things happen. See Toronto, see LA a year earlier. So can they finish with the number 1 seed? Absolutely. On paper, they're right there.
2 months away from Mr. Softy here, Evan. 2 months away.
I know.
Now I'm thinking about it.
I know. And you know what's crazy, man? Garden and Barclays Center, both of them. I got Mr. Softy, or whatever they call their soft serve ice cream, in the last month. When I went to Knicks Nets, got the ice cream, right? Went to Barclays Center the other day, Nets Wizards, got the ice cream. It's just...
Ice cream's good, but it's different at the baseball game.
Different. I don't even know if it's Mr. Softy. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Nah.
It's just something, it's not the same. I can't put my finger on it. Is it because it's not in a helmet? Is it because it's not outside? Is it because it's not a baseball game? I don't know.
There's something about the smells around a ballpark that then infuse the ice cream, and then your spoon goes in and has this just ever so creamy deliciousness to it. And then Yankee Stadium last year added the pralines and cream version of that at the third base food court. I couldn't get enough. I had 2 of them in the last playoff game I went to. Get me back. Take me back.
Take me back. And, you know, I give the Knicks and Nets a lot of credit. They both have basketballs you can get the ice cream in.
Oh,
so
that's
they are
cool.
following the baseball script of, all right, we can't do a helmet. We'll put it in a basketball. It's just not.
It's not the same. And there's anticipation when you stand in line for the ice cream at a baseball game. Everybody's standing there in line. They all have the same smile. Basketball games, you're running around an arena. Where do I find it? It's different.
Something missing, man. There's something missing. Get your calls coming up, 888-808-1019, plus a special Cinco in which we rate the worst Super Bowls of our lifetime. And good news around the Yankees, speaking of them, why we probably won't see Anthony Volpe for a very long time. It's Evan and Tiki until the Carton Show at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
It's Boomer and Gio. Mornings on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
Billy and Milanen for the United States is doing things that nobody's ever done before in ice skates.
Yeah.
And you watch it, you see it, and they're just mesmerized by it.
Yeah. I mean, it took us to, this is how bad the Super Bowl was. We didn't even make it to 6:05 before we got into the Olympics.
Get Boomer and Gio on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and the free Odyssey app.
The team at FW Web includes seasoned professional certified trainers, skilled technicians, and industry experts who understand the real challenges contractors face every day. From the counter to the job site, they support every phase of every project with trusted guidance, comprehensive inventory, and hard-to-find parts when you need them. With personalized project support and convenient pickup or delivery across the tri-state area, FW Web helps contractors work smarter and stay on schedule. FW Web, experts behind every job. Learn more or find your nearest tri-state location at fwweb.com.
You spend your days processing thousands of requests at once, so I get it. Being on all the time is exhausting. Running a business means wearing every hat, but when you're taking client texts at dinner just to keep up, you aren't scaling, you're drowning.
When you're stretched thin, calls get missed, and revenue walks out the door. It's hard to see the bottlenecks until you realize how much growth is slipping away. There has to be a smarter way.
So now is the time to try Quo. Quo is the #1 business phone system that streamlines and scales your customer communications. So say goodbye to voicemail. Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never lose a lead.
Plus, your team can share one business number for calls and texts. It creates seamless collaboration, so nothing is missed with Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers.
Like I said, it's time to try Quo for free at quo.com/WFAN. That's QUO.com/WFAN to try Quo for free. Quo.com/WFAN.
Looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price? Get to Town Fair Tire for Michelin's Cross Climate tires, offering a design that delivers an exceptional level of long-lasting performance throughout the tire's lifespan. Plus, Town Fair gives you more free services than anywhere else. For the guaranteed lowest price and your best deal on Michelin Cross Climate tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like payroll manager.
Hi, my last paycheck was all in Icelandic krona.
You are welcome.
Welcome?
Given the exchange rate between the dollar and the krona, you're technically a millionaire now. Don't spend it all in one place.
I can't really spend it anywhere.
There's always Iceland.
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
You can swirl it, you can sip it, but the best way is to share it. Hey y'all, I'm Deanna, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You get that bold flavor of the Coke mixed with the smooth deliciousness of the vanilla ice cream. You have a juicy filet and a smooth, creamy float. It's an awesome pairing.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
For all station contest rules, go to WFAN.com/rules.
Hey, it's Tiki here. I'm constantly on the go between the fan, taking care of my kids, various events, meetings, football games, the list goes on and on and on. But one of the things I value most is feeling safe and also knowing that my family is safe when I'm not with them at home. That's why I turn to our great partners at Sloman's Home Security to install their innovative ShieldLink system in my own house. The Sloman ShieldLink system is a smart home security solution that easily and seamlessly combines safety, convenience, and most importantly, peace of mind. Whether I'm home or away, I can manage anything right from my phone. My security system, home automation, my entertainment system, everything is right there at my fingertips. Our security lighting turns on as soon as we turn our alarm system on. So whether we're home going to sleep or away, we know that we're safe and our home feels protected. Just give them a call at 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit online slomans.com to learn how Sloman ShieldLink can give you peace of mind in your home and when you're on the go, just like me.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
If you're still living with bunion pain, it might be time to break up with your bunion. Because when bunions are ignored, they don't get better, they often get worse. Over time, they can lead to joint damage and arthritis. Once a bunion becomes too severe, minimally invasive options may no longer be possible. I'm Dr. Manningot. Early treatment can make a big difference, helping you feel better every day. Break up with your bunion and take the first step towards healthier, pain-free feet. Call us today at 877-5FASTER or visit allianceortho.com to schedule your appointment today.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Be there at Barclays Center on February 15th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
All-star coverage across Odyssey Sports is powered by Factor. Factor meals make it easy to feed your performance. Factor. Eat like a pro. Your official home to talk New York sports is WFAN. Call us anytime at 888-808-1019. The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
12:30 here on the Fan. Evan and Tiki till 2 this afternoon. Yesterday, a lot of the talk was around the Super Bowl. Many people did not enjoy it. I had a good time just because I watched the Patriots get their ass kicked. But it was widely viewed as a bad Super Bowl. And when I always say about these strong opinions on this is the greatest game ever, this is the worst game ever, you got to give it a little bit of time because our instant reaction is always a little biased.
Right.
So we have given it 36 hours. And in fairness, to get a good idea of where Sunday's game ranks, our Cinco de Luncho today features all of us giving our 5 worst Super Bowls of our lifetime. Now, obviously, our ages are a little bit different, so Tiki's got a few more games to take a look at. For everyone in our audience also a little bit older, you've got more games to look at. And if you're a little bit younger, you've got less games to look at. Because I just know growing up in the 90s sucked. I mean, there were a lot of duds.
There really were.
In the early 90s. So a very special, well-thought-out Cinco de Luncho.
Sean Moraes in the booth. Somebody hide the queso. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Somebody hide the queso. Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. Now, Evan, how do we want to do this?
So I was thinking about that. I think we should all reveal our number 5s, number 4s, number 3s. There's obviously going to be crossover.
Yes.
But just to kind of keep it neat and organized.
Okay.
To see where we have these listed. So when you go number 5, if you want to go in a particular order, I'll go first, then Tiki, and then you, since you're the main event. We'll each unveil our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And I don't know the way you guys approach this, but I'm going to give my reasons on basically. I think we're all going to admit all of our games probably stink.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give my reasons why they didn't get to number 1.
Fair enough.
That's kind of where I went with it. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
My number 5 is your game in 2000 against the Ravens. And the reason it isn't higher is because it was the Giants. I was intrigued. And there was that moment or two where I thought maybe you guys could keep it close and come back, especially that penalty, which was BS.
Yep.
So it wasn't a great game. But also the other reason why I didn't put it all the way to the top is, and I think you should appreciate this all these years later, the Ravens are an all-time team.
Yeah.
And so there's a part of me now that looks back on it and says, yeah, it wasn't the greatest game, but I did witness a historic defense.
Yes, I'm going to say my number 5 is Super Bowl 60, the one we just watched, the Seahawks and the Pats. It was just bad, especially because I expected the runner-up to the MVP to have somewhat of a competent game. And so last night, because I had nothing to do other than trying to get Brooklyn to do her homework, I went back and watched every offensive snap of the New England Patriots. And it was a lot of nothing. There were maybe 2 or 3 plays that was well designed and well executed. It was bad. And it was part Josh McDaniels. A lot of it was Drake May trying to make throws. He should have just dumped it down to his running back. So last night that game was horrendous. So that's number 5 for me.
All right, we all have different number 5s. My number 5 is 10 years ago, Super Bowl 50, Broncos 24-10 over the Panthers. Peyton Manning was not even good in the game, not even good all year. It's just a boring, terrible game. It's just Cam Newton didn't fall on a fumble. That's the story of the game. I'm encompassing everything. Coldplay sucked too. So that's where I'm at. Super Bowl 50.
Nice. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to keep playing.
Yes.
Number 4.
This was one of my early ones. Niners-Chargers after the 1994 season. The game was just never close. Now, there was a lot of offense, so I guess you could argue that part was entertaining. The final score was like 49-26. But there was never a moment in this game in which I thought the Chargers could win.
Yeah, that was a bad one. That was a bad one. My number 4 is Super Bowl 59. That was last year.
Are you serious?
The Eagles and the Chiefs.
You putting that up there?
Because it was terrible.
Wow.
The Chiefs had no chance. They got dominated by 4 pass rushers. The Eagles barely brought pressure. Barely. And they destroyed the Chiefs. I mean, they got the 22 because it was gimme time. And it was the Eagles. Watching Saquon Barkley rush for 2,000 yards and win a championship with the Eagles, it was a bad watch for me.
Wow. Okay. My number 4 is Super Bowl 35, Giants-Ravens. That was Tiki's number 5. Evan's number 5. It doesn't go higher for me because obviously it's near and dear to my heart. It's the first time my team made a Super Bowl in a time I could remember in my life. I was only 4 for Super Bowl 25. And also, it does feature a unique, quirky moment in Super Bowl history, the back-to-back kick returns for touchdowns. So I can't put it up at number 1. Something interesting happened. And Evan brought up all-time great teams. Super Bowl 35 for me.
All right, fair enough.
Number 3.
Another one near and dear to Tiki's heart, your brother's Super Bowl. After the 2000, I was not good. The game was 34-3. It was a blowout. It was never close. And that's really what it comes down to. Like, to me, I want games to be close, which is why I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. Patriots-Rams from 18 is not on this list for me because it was 3-3 going into the fourth quarter. You could tell me all day it was ugly, it was disgusting, there were no touchdowns. I didn't know the result in the fourth quarter. The problem with Raiders-Buccaneers, and no offense, I really don't mean to take any at your brother here, I just didn't care about the star players, mainly the quarterbacks. Like, no offense to Brad Johnson and Rich Gannon, but it was just so unappealing to me.
Yeah, I hear
And the
you.
game was bad.
Super Bowl 27 is number 3 for me. That was the Cowboys-Bills one, mainly because the Bills, having always failed in these Super Bowls, Jim Kelly gets hurt in the first quarter of this game, and then it was 28-0. This game is more famous for Leon Lett holding the ball down by his leg and what's his name, Beebe? Don Beebe coming ripping it away before he scored that last touchdown than anything else. The game was an absolute dud.
All right, my number 3 is Super Bowl 48 right here at MetLife Stadium. Seahawks 48, Broncos 8. Game is over basically 4 minutes in. The only reason it doesn't get to number 1, I guess because it was supposed to be cold weather, and Bruno Mars rocked at halftime.
Yeah, he did.
Number 2.
Buffalo, Dallas. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste any more time. You explained it.
Right.
That's number 2 for me.
Number 2 for me is Sean's Super Bowl 48, Seahawks 43, Broncos 8. I mean, you could even – some people hit the prop bet that a safety would be the first scoring of the game.
Awful. Okay, my number 2 is Super Bowl 53, Patriots win 13-3. I know it's close going into the fourth, 3-3. No, Evan, because here's the thing. I'm not looking at hindsight and scores. I'm remembering how I felt in the moment.
You weren't entertained.
I didn't care who won the game in the fourth quarter. I just wanted it to end. There are no touchdowns through 3 quarters of a Super Bowl. The game was awful.
I'll give you this.
And they killed Mr. Peanut in a commercial during that Super Bowl.
Right. And Bad Bunny didn't even score at halftime.
Right. I'll give you this about that game. There was a lack of caring because the Patriots we were just so sick of.
And it wasn't dominant defense either.
I agree. And the Rams got there on a horrible officiating call, which I think was still hovering over the game a little bit. Like, it shouldn't have been them. It should have been Drew Brees. We would have had Drew Brees versus Tom Brady. So I do think that was an element that brought the game down. I just can't crap on a game that was 3-3 in the fourth quarter because it was close.
But it was a bad 3-3. And also to add to that, it also came off the single greatest championship Sunday of all time. 2 games that went to overtime. And that was the payoff.
That's the same issue we just had with this Super Bowl. That championship Sunday and the whole postseason leading up to it was very good.
Right.
And by the way, number 1 for me. I give it
number 1.
You guys have already said it. It's Seattle, Denver, number 1, MetLife Stadium. And maybe it's because it was
local.
Here.
Yeah, it was local.
I was excited for it. I didn't go to the game, but it was like, we got our Super Bowl. I was also hoping cold weather. Let's get a snowstorm. We didn't get the snowstorm until 3 hours after the game was over. And it was bad. And I think what made it worse is seeing Peyton Manning look that bad was like not even enjoyable. It was like I felt bad. It was like, I don't enjoy this.
Yeah, it was bad.
So to me, that's number 1. Yeah. And I do think there's that bias of it being local, but worst Super Bowl of my lifetime.
Yeah, my bias is Super Bowl 35 because I got my ass kicked. Do I need to say anything else? Evan, you're right. It was an all-time defense. So, yeah, we saw Ray Lewis and all these other greats, Hall of Famers, kick our butts. And it was cool because there were back-to-back touchdowns from Jermaine Lewis. And actually, it was the other way, Ron Dixon and Jermaine Lewis. But we got our ass kicked. That was personal.
Wow, I still would think you making the Super Bowl, you wouldn't put that high, number 1.
Dude, we never had a chance.
Wow. Okay. Now I feel bad not putting number 1. My number 1 is it's this Super Bowl. I've settled on it. This is the worst Super Bowl of my lifetime. And you're going to tell me I live in the moment. I really took this seriously and thought about it. You know why? And here's the ultimate payoff. With this Super Bowl, you felt it all week. There was not a single story to come out of all week.
Evan even said for every other day, I'm not excited for the Super Bowl.
We all said we weren't excited. We hoped we would be surprised. There wasn't anything to come out of Radio Row, nothing to come out of Media Night.
Why did you guys even predict the Patriots? I told you they would win comfortably.
Oh, you know why I picked the Patriots? Because I'm a Jet fan who expects doom for my fandom.
The Jets are a sewer.
I think I was hopeful, and also everybody just kept signing with the game sucked. Like, the game sucked. The final score. If you read this box score in 10 years, you're going to go, well, there's some score. No. The game was over by the time you got to any of this. It was unwatchable. The biggest story of the week was who Tom Brady was rooting for.
What I'm going to do, though, to test you on this is ask you a year from now, what's the worst Super Bowl of your lifetime? And I want to know if every year you're going to continue to say this
mine's going to stay the same.
No, yours is going to stay the same.
Hard to top that one, Tiki.
And I get that. And the more I think about it, it had to be number 1. Like, how could it not be? But I kind of have a feeling that time heals all wounds. But as time goes by, you're just not going to view it as you'll view it as a bad one, but you're not going to view it as the worst all time. But remember,
I don't know.
I asked you guys this in the lead up. I said, as time goes by, you forget a lot of stuff. So you only remember like certain details.
Yeah.
You even do that with seasons. Like if you ask me right off the top, 2019 Mets, I'll tell you painful losses. That's what I think of when I think of that season. And I think eventually that happens as time goes by. And you can do that with Super Bowls. Like you bring up Ravens-Niners, I think of the lights going out.
Yep.
So a simple thing. When we are sitting around a decade from now, and I say to you,
that's interesting. What's going to be the thing?
Patriots-Seahawks, the second one, What's going to jump out at you?
I think it's Bad Bunny.
No, it's not.
Bad Bunny's the biggest
It's a
talk topic of everything.
halftime show.
But that's how bad the football was.
I know, but when time goes by, do we really think of the halftime show connected to the game?
I don't know. I just rattled off who's playing at halftime at all these. I think Bad Bunny takes the cake.
Because you're sick.
But what other moment is memorable?
It doesn't have to be a moment. It would just be
okay. Whatever situation is memorable.
We've already forgotten the biggest play of the game. Who made it? Derek Hall.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's
That's
48
right.
hours later. You don't even remember who made the biggest play of the game.
I think.
I guess you'll remember Kenneth Walker the third because, I mean, how many years has it been since a running back won the MVP of the Super Bowl?
I already forgot he won the MVP.
Yeah, me too. I don't think that's it.
Well,
I think you're
I'm being biased because I'm a running back, and so I remember those things. But what other moment was there that was so memorable that you're? I think the collection of field goals might be that was the field goal game.
I think that it's not necessarily a moment sometimes. It's what you just remember. Like, so for example, Patriots-Rams, which to you is one of the worst all-time Super Bowls.
Awful.
All we think of is it was bad. We don't think of a game or a moment or a play. We think of, oh, that was ugly. I think with this one, and you guys will appreciate this, what I'm about to say, but I really believe it. If I had to guess years out, when someone says Patriots-Seahawks, what pops into your mind? I think what we're going to think about is how freaking awful Drake May was. That's what I think it'll be. I think it'll be the Drake May game. Fair or not?
Right.
That's going to be the memory.
I don't know. That's still a question mark for me because I can go through all the other ones. The Eagles, Super Bowl 59, that was, I don't know, Jalen Hurts maybe redefining what an MVP is. The Don Beebe in the Super Bowl 27. That's what I'll always remember.
How about the first Chiefs-Eagles one?
The first
James Bradbury, defensive holding.
Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
Definitely Kadarius Toney because that's personal because obviously he was with the Giants. The Seahawks was just the safety early in the game.
Yep.
And then obviously what's the memorable thing from mine in 2000?
The callback penalty.
Jesse Armstead.
That's to me, though. I'm just saying that as an IFO, like just watching the game as a kid. I think of that as
Keith Hamilton holding Jesse Armstead's interception return for a touchdown callback.
Or you know what else? I think with your Super Bowl, it's the Ravens were an all-time great defense. Like just a simple statement of the two. It's like the 85 Bears. Like I didn't see that Super Bowl, so I know that may not.
I did, and that was a disaster too. It was
so what do you think?
46-10.
You think of the 85 Bears?
But the problem with the 85 Bears and why it will never be a worse Super Bowl is because they predicted it.
Yeah.
They did a Super Bowl shuffle.
They did.
They had a freaking music video saying we are the best team in the history of the world.
But that's why the definition of that Super Bowl is the 85 Bears.
Yeah, well,
doesn't need to be anything.
You know
else.
what I remember from that Super Bowl? Walter Payton didn't score and the fridge did.
That's what you remember?
Wow.
100%.
Because that's your all-time favorite?
They were kicking their ass.
Yeah.
And they're on the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
And they give it to William Perry as opposed to Walter Payton. Like, what in the hell are you doing?
That's hysterical. No, but it is true when you think about this game. Nobody, and I promise you, nobody in 20 years is going to go, oh, that's the dark side Super Bowl.
No. Well, I think if they
because the nickname is bad. That's why.
Yeah. I think if
we don't respect them enough as a defense.
If they become an all-time defense, I think we could. But I think in the case of this right now, and things could change, because if Drake May wins 3 Super Bowl MVPs, maybe we won't think of it as the Drake May Super Bowl. But right now, like if I had to guess, I think it's Drake May sucked. Well, he had this wonderful regular season. He was a good young player, and he sucked. And it's possible that Drake May ends up like Dan Marino. And I don't mean great. I mean never getting back to a Super Bowl.
No,
or Aaron Rodgers. And I don't mean great, but I mean never getting back to a Super Bowl.
Joe Burrow.
Or the story hasn't been written yet, but I get, and same with Rodgers, I guess.
Right.
But I think that's going to be the memory. Like, I don't think it's going to be Sam Darnold.
I think you might be right. It depends on what happens in the next decade or plus in Drake May's career. But you talk about the Seahawks, where the Legion of Boom and the 48 Super Bowl, the one that we talked about, they were that too. They were still that great defense. I don't think Legion of Boom became a real memorable, we're always going to think about it until they went back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they proved their legitimacy.
They
even if they didn't win the
legitimacy.
game.
Exactly. But it wasn't their fault.
No, I understand.
But they were Legion of Boom, and it's memorable because they did it multiple seasons.
Here's a great way to kind of answer the what will you remember thing, and I'm going to remember it because I write this crap down. Next year, as we're getting set for Super Bowl 61, I will briefly say to you, what do you remember about last year's Super Bowl? And that's going to be the answer. That answer is going to determine.
Bad Bunny, I think, is also. I think Sean's also right.
I don't agree with that.
I mean, it became
it's
cultural,
a halftime show.
Yeah, but it became a cultural measuring stick.
I get that what it became and what we're still talking about, but I'm talking about years from now.
Right.
We're really going to associate the game with Bad Bunny?
I mean, he did score the first touchdown.
You love that line.
Because he had a football in his hand and he crossed the goal line. Who the hell else did that in that game?
The world is still talking about Bad Bunny, good or bad, 2 days later. They're not mentioning anything about the game anymore.
Keep this in mind.
That's true.
You're right.
That's very true.
You are right. But just because the world is talking about something 2 days later doesn't mean they're going to be talking about it 20 years later. That's all I'm telling you.
All I know is all of those bad games, to Tiki's point, we were still talking about things from the game.
Yeah.
We were. Even the sports world, we're talking about Bad Bunny because nothing happened.
That's true. And I'm getting killed for talking about Adam Sandler yesterday, which kind of shows you the game had nothing.
A fourth of the show was Adam Sandler. They had their Super Bowl.
It was bad. It was just a bad game.
No, I understand. I understand. Our buddy Artie in Brooklyn. What's up, Artie?
What up, Artie?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. I'm looking at mock drafts, and it's driving me crazy because I'm getting optimistic, and I'm thinking, hey, listen, if the Seahawks did it, and I get it, they were a good team already, and they got Darnold. But I'm looking. You tell me, the Giants got the best defensive player and their quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
Here's 2 mock drafts. They draft the kid from Ohio State, and they get Ty Simpson. They get the kid from Ohio State.
Which one? Which one? The linebacker? The linebacker or the safety?
Yeah, the linebacker.
Right. Sonny Stiles. No, Stiles is a safety.
Arvell
Reese, right.
Yeah. And then they get Chambliss. So my thing is, jet luck, they take the wrong guy. But if they do what the Giants did and get the right guy, and then you have picks, and then you got Glenn, and then you finally got an offensive coordinator coach. Can't you do what the Saints? Like, all I'm looking for is what the Saints and the Giants did.
Yeah.
They got their quarterback, their defense, the defensive player.
Artie, you're not wrong, man.
Optimism for next year.
You're not wrong, Artie. And if Ty Simpson, and by the way, let's not forget, Ty Simpson was very highly rated in our minds. I don't think he was rated that high from a draft board standpoint, but in our minds early in the season, we thought Ty Simpson might be a really good NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
And so is it worth taking a shot on at, what is it, 18? 16. I mean, maybe.
Right.
Maybe. And especially if you solidify the worth of the draft by taking a no doubt Pro Bowl, potential All-Pro linebacker or safety or whichever one it is.
Artie's right that if we took away Woody Johnson and we took away Aaron Glenn's first year and we put in an owner we trusted and a coach we trust, the Jets situation would make you feel optimistic based on the sheer amount of draft capital that they have.
Right.
But the reason there's a lack of confidence isn't because of draft capital or cap space. It's because we don't trust that they will be smart with it. So I get what Artie's saying. Like,
Artie would be right if Aaron Glenn hadn't had last year.
Yes.
If it was Aaron Glenn's first year this year, you'd be like, all right, we're in a great situation.
You would believe in the future, but what makes it so negative is that we don't trust the people in charge.
Yeah.
And I think Artie understands that deep down, even if he doesn't want to admit it. Let's go to Rob in Melville. Hey, Rob. Hello, Rob.
You guys calling me? Is that Rob in Melville?
Yeah,
hey, how you doing, guys?
What's up?
I got one that you guys forgot, but it might be a little bit before your time. You guys might have been a little young for this.
Go ahead.
But when the San Francisco 49ers played the Denver Broncos in John Elway's first Super Bowl and beat them 52-10.
Yes.
This game was horrible.
Yes.
Which one by halftime, it was done at halftime.
That was 1988, if memory serves correct, which is before my time, because my first Super Bowl I remember, like I vaguely, and it's like an image of Giants-Bills, but it's like, I don't remember the game. I remember an image, and I don't remember 91 at all. So my first Super Bowl I remember is 1992, which was Dallas against Buffalo. So it is a little bit before my time.
Yeah.
But yes, when you look in the history of Super Bowls, that's an all-time bad one.
Wait, what's San Francisco, Denver?
San Francisco, Denver. I think it was 1988, if memory serves.
1989 season, 1990 Super Bowl.
There you go, off
in
by
the
you.
Superdome.
Right.
55-10.
Yes.
Awful.
Wow.
Yes.
I don't remember that. I mean, I was of age. I was 15. I just don't remember.
You were checked out.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes in, you're like, I'm not watching this crap. So, yeah, no, that's a bad one. And that's why it's what you've witnessed. Like the older people who've seen every Super Bowl, you got all 60 to look at. And what's crazy is I missed that one. But boy, growing up in the 90s, 92 sucked. 93 sucked. 94 sucked.
See, that was my first one. I couldn't put it on the list because it's my first one I remember.
You don't want to include that one?
Niners Chargers means a lot to me because I remember it, and that's the first one I remember.
Forget about what means a lot to you. It was horrible.
But I didn't know it was horrible. It was my first one. It was great football.
Growing up, here's what I thought of the NFL. This was my first thought of the NFL. My first thought was the Super Bowl sucks, and the AFC is a minor league. And who could blame me?
Right.
Based on what I was witnessing until, the late 90s. Because that's what would happen every single year.
With the two Elway Super Bowls is where it really took off. I felt like we got in a good rhythm from there.
Well, that's where it changed because before
that's because it was all dominated by the NFC.
Right. That's my point. Like the NFC won every year, even before I understood what a football was.
Right. 85 to 97.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
1985 to 19. That's the Super Bowl year. So it's in January. 85 to 1997.
And think about it. I started
all NFC.
And I started watching in the middle of that. So my growing up period was...
Even if we get there, we're going to lose.
Yeah, even if the Jets get there, they're going to get smacked because the NFC is far better.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Man, Trinidad Chambliss really doesn't want to go to the NFL this year or even the Jets. Ole Miss has now filed a reconsideration motion to the NCAA over their denial for a Chambliss sixth year. The reconsideration focuses on Chambliss's 2022 season, where they believe he should have received a medical redshirt season for, you guessed it, a severe case of tonsillitis. That's how desperate it's gotten for Chambliss. He's leaning on tonsillitis from 3 years ago as to why he should return to school.
Yeah, speaking of this quarterback situation, way back at the beginning of this show, we mentioned Derek Carr coming out of retirement and his love affair for the New York Jets. Well, what about Deshaun Watson? He's been cleared of a lot of the accusations against him, or at least the lawsuits have been cleared. Does Deshaun Watson make sense for the Jets? We'll get to that, plus more on Derek Carr. The toll-free number is 888-808-1019. Fanatics Fest, the world's #1 sports fan festival, returns to the Javits Center in New York City from July 16th to the 19th. See celebrities and athletes from all your favorite leagues, including Aaron Judge, Tom Brady, Kevin Hart, Jalen Brunson, Diana Taurasi, Mike Tyson, and so many more. Live panels and autographs, photo ops, rare trading cards, and memorabilia, plus exclusive merch drops you can only get at Fanatics Fest. This is the ultimate weekend where sports and culture collide. Tickets are on sale now and will sell out. Grab yours early at fanaticsfest.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Kansas Jayhawk star freshman Darren Peterson about to become one of the biggest stories in sports. The likely #1 overall pick in the NBA draft missed another game on Monday night, this time with flu-like symptoms, and Kansas still beat undefeated #1 ranked Arizona. Is Peterson going to be able to be on the court for a lot of these games moving forward? If he is, Kansas can win the national championship. His availability going to be interesting. I'm Nick Costos.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We are by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free? Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free? Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
Let's go.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain in the letter x.com/AI.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. You know, some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Rogue is not only strong and practical, but it's reliable too. We've tested the turbocharged engine for thousands of hours, so it keeps going when you need it most. And 225 pound-feet of torque is what's going to allow this SUV to tackle those bigger, more ambitious adventures. Everything so you can go rogue.
Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, or 2025 Nissan Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For JD Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example: 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to INMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 3/2/26.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
We'll get to Deshaun Watson in a minute, but one of the things that comes out of spring training are quotes and weird controversy. So yesterday, late in the show, we addressed Luke Weaver showing up to Mets camp with a Yankees bag.
The loser, Luke Weaver.
And I just, as one Met fan, said, it doesn't matter.
Non-story.
Non-story. And what I find interesting are the only people making it a story are Yankee fans. Like I saw Keith McPherson said it's a bad look. I saw Michael Kay destroy him.
I am a damage freak.
And like, I get it. Like they have every right to have their opinion, but it's funny that the Met fans don't seem to care.
Right.
Now, I'm only one Met fan, but I've talked to others, and mostly it's like, doesn't matter. And there are examples of this happening before. I think Max Scherzer showed up at Blue Jay camp with a Texas Ranger bag. So I think it happens. And I think the only reason this is being talked about is because you got the whole Met-Yankee dynamic.
Yeah.
But if this was Bo Bichette with a Blue Jay bag, I don't even think it'd be reported.
But this has to happen all the time.
Well, it does. That's what I'm saying. Like Max Scherzer, it happened last year. I don't think anybody cared.
Right.
This is also...
I knew I remembered it from somewhere.
Yeah.
That it was just last year that the same thing happened, and then it was over the next day.
And I love our guys at SMY. They knew what they were doing when they put that video out.
Oh, you think they did it on purpose? Like to spark a controversy?
With all due respect. And I went to that SMY Mets Twitter. They didn't put every single player arriving.
So they did it to kind of to go viral, as they
were filming everybody. Oh, Luke Weaver's got a Yankee bag. Let's pop this out. We'll get a lot of clicks. They knew what they knew they were throwing chum in the water for the Yankee fans to mock the Mets after last year's Soto thing. They knew they were doing it. They knew it.
Maybe. I mean, you may be right.
Because it's the biggest. Who cares? It's a bag.
I'm glad you said who cares. I've got something else, and it's for your determination, you too, Tiki, if this is who cares. The other thing about spring training is players start to speak to the media and they say things.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen what Isiah Kiner-Falefa said?
No.
Where did he sign again?
The Red Sox.
That's right.
Now, maybe he's pandering. I want to make that clear.
Oh,
this could be a pandering spot, but IKF said that as a member of the Blue Jays, they were glad the Red Sox lost in the playoffs last year because they thought the Yankees were an easier matchup. Your thoughts?
How could I argue that? I thought the Red Sox were a better built team for the postseason than the Yankees.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It was surprising that the Yankees, especially with Cam Schlittler on the mound, beat them in the wild card.
And the Blue Jays beat the Yankees like a drum all year.
Okay,
right.
So no biggie. For
the question is did that matter in the postseason?
Did what matter in the postseason?
The fact that the Toronto Blue Jays had the Yankees number all season
long. The only reason it felt like it mattered is because they picked up where they left off.
Yeah.
Like they just whipped the Yankees' ass during the regular season, and then to their credit, they continued it in the playoffs. So if you ask me, did it? I mean, yeah, I continued. Yeah. So why wouldn't it matter? All right, so not pissed off about that. No. Okay, good. I'm just making sure. You never know.
We don't care about AKF anymore.
No, I get it. It does feel, though, over the last few years in the Aaron Boone Yankee era, there's a lot of crap talk. Like, remember what the Dodgers did after they beat you guys? There's just a lot of unnecessary crap talk that you don't...
You think that's because Aaron Judge gets so much love? And because he gets so much love. But the Yankees are always in the postseason, so it's like you can't hate on them. They're always there. And it's not like they're just buying all the great talent anymore. That's the Dodgers.
That's the Dodgers,
so, it's like an institutionalized hate.
But you agree that it seems as if they get crapped on more than others?
Absolutely. And
that Dodger thing was ridiculous.
And nobody says boo about the Dodgers. None of the players, I mean.
Right.
They're not crushing the Dodgers for doing what the Yankees did for, I don't know, years during their dynasty.
No, but in fairness, the mocking of the Yankees is more about them losing. Like, the Dodgers basically said, put the ball in play, and we have them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's more when the Yankees lose, whether it's to the Dodgers 2 years ago or the Blue Jays this past year.
So why is that?
I don't know, but it seems like it happens. Like between the Dodger mocking and even this IKF line, which I agree, like I wouldn't be mad about it, but I do wonder why this continues to happen. It's like every time the Yankees lose, an opponent comes out and just, you know what's all over them. Like, oh, by the way.
Why is that?
I don't know. Everybody picks the Yankees every year to represent the AL.
Well, you know why? Because it's the team. You know what it is. I know what it is.
Go ahead.
It's the team that you historically hate. You hated them.
Okay.
Even as players, when you were young players, if you grew up, a Reds fan, you grew up in Ohio, or you were a Dodgers fan living on the West Coast, you hated the Yankees. They were the team you hated because just like you hated the Patriots because they won so much. Now that you're older and you're playing in the game and you beat them, you want to talk trash about them.
Maybe that's it. I just know that other teams lose, and I don't hear comments about, the Mariners sucked. Couldn't wait to play them. Like, it feels as if, because this is 2 years in a row now with the Dodgers and now with this stupid comment from IKF, people take turns waiting to mock the Yankees.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't know if they view them as soft, like no one's going to do anything about it, and no one does.
Well, what are the Yankees going to do?
No, I don't know.
Are they going to go high and inside and hit him in the head the next time? What are they doing? They're not doing anything.
I'm trying to figure out the why on the whole thing. That's all.
Garrett Cole might do that.
And I think Judge, when he played the New York versus Boston years ago, I think that started this motion of people being pissed off at the Yankee arrogance.
Think so?
And also maybe all they're complaining about the Astros more so than any other team, that they were the only ones that got screwed. All that stuff could add up.
Yeah, certainly possible. All right, let me get you to Deshaun Watson stuff because I am so fascinated by this. So Deshaun Watson had 2 of his last lawsuits that were thrown at him.
Yes.
Thrown out. Obviously, this has been going on for years with the massages back in his days in Houston, and it followed him to Cleveland. And so that is a part of the Deshaun Watson story, that his image, which actually was good when it first came into the league, has been completely tarnished. You combine that with his bad quarterback play, his inability to stay healthy, and Deshaun Watson is likely going to be released by the Cleveland Browns and is going to be available. I heard Boomer and Gio talking about it this morning. I think it makes sense for the Jets to say, you know what, let's see what we got in Deshaun Watson. I think there are 2 factors here. Number one, we'll start with the reputation stuff. Obviously, his reputation has been ruined, but there's nothing outstanding anymore. It's not like there's a lawsuit and another bombshell that's ready to drop. So the Jets could very well say, look, he's paid his price in terms of the public perception of him. I don't think he's going to be asked nearly as many questions about this as if he was brought in 3 years ago.
I think the problem is this got so much publicity because there are worse guys in the league.
No doubt.
That did worse stuff.
Yeah, how about guys who played in the Super Bowl who were accused of doing worse stuff?
Exactly. So, but this one got so much noise, and it seemed like you got it for years, as opposed to just 3 or 4 months. And so, it's still going to be there, and people are going to talk about it when he gets signed.
I think people will talk about it, but it will not be nearly the level of a 2023. I mean, you remember what happened in Cleveland upon bringing him in? It made ownership look horrible.
Weren't they scared like people would protest?
Yes, I think people were protesting. Right. Now, it may not have led to anything, but I think people were upset. I think it's just not going to be nearly the same. So I think that they can do this in a safer spot than they did 3 years ago.
If it was any other team than the Jets, I would say you're right.
Oh, because they're the Jets, they're going to be laughed at?
Not laughed at, just
mocked.
Just like, what the hell are you doing, Jets?
What a goddamn disgrace.
Doesn't it feel like that?
I think they'll be mocked for anything they do. So I think no matter what the Jets do, it will be just assumed they're the Jets and they're stupid. What I'm curious about, and walk me through and help me with this, because I don't understand this, is Deshaun Watson was an elite quarterback in this league. And then
he was.
He missed time. He comes back. And in Cleveland, yes, he didn't stay healthy. Yes, that was a part of it. Yes, they're the Browns. I get all that. But it seems like he went backwards. And what I don't know, and maybe you've seen enough tape to think differently, is what the hell happened to him? Because I think our concern as Jet fans is, well, what is he? Would he come here and be good? Would he come here and be the guy from Houston or the guy from Cleveland?
Yeah, if this ever gets close, maybe I'll do the dive on what happened to him. I haven't watched enough of him on tape for when he was in Houston, because that's what we're talking about. When he was in Houston,
he was an elite level quarterback.
People thought he was going to be top 5 consistently, but when he went to Cleveland, actually the last couple of years in Houston, it just went bad, and then in Cleveland, it never happened. In
his last year in Houston, the 2022 pandemic year, they went 4-12, no doubt. He led the league in passing yards, 48-23. 33 touchdown passes and 7 interceptions.
Wow.
With a quarterback rating.
That was his last year?
That was his last year in Houston.
Wow.
He had, statistically the best year of his career. Unfortunately, the team sucked.
Right.
So I know some of those numbers.
I don't even remember that year.
Yeah, well, pandemic year was odd.
Yeah.
But he put up monster numbers in his last year. Then he doesn't play in 21. And then the last 3 years in Cleveland, he's also missed time and just hasn't been the same guy.
Right. I think that year that he missed because of all the stuff going on, it made us question whether or not it was real. Even though it clearly was real because he was great.
Dude, he had his 4 years in Houston, like, they were good.
They were really good.
So, did he lose it at 26 years old?
I think I always say this about teams and individuals. When the main thing is not the main thing is football.
Right.
Like all football all the time. And now all of a sudden you're saddled with this other thing that's taking all of your mind share. Like you probably don't sleep at night. Like you go to bed and instead of thinking about, well, this is what I got to learn in the playbook, I got to get this guy integrated, blah, 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 it becomes, what are people thinking about me? Like what's the perception of me right now? And it's just hard to get your mind right. The main thing is not the main thing anymore.
So it may have affected him.
Absolutely. I think we'd be crazy not to think it's affected.
Is it possible then a year off of a major surgery, but now no lawsuits active against him?
He did it twice, right?
Did what twice?
He tore his Achilles.
Did he tear it twice now?
He tore it. Or no, maybe he had a setback. I think he tore it and then they thought he was coming back, and then he had a setback.
Yeah, I don't think it's two different injuries. Right. So you have to factor in the injury. He's going to be 31 years old, first week of the NFL season.
That's still young. When I hear 31, I'm saying he's got 7 more years.
No, I agree. And I mentioned Derek Carr earlier at the top of the show. We talked about Derek Carr coming out of retirement because that is being reported. And I also played audio proving that Derek Carr loves the New York Jets. He loves Aaron Glenn. He was wearing green. His brother joked about it. So there seems to be something there.
Pandering.
With Derek Carr and the
Sorry,
Jets.
I had a little bug in my throat.
But Deshaun Watson is 3 or 4 years younger.
I know.
So
he's a good athlete.
If you can get past his reputation, which is a real thing, and I respect the Jet fans saying, I don't want that guy, that is fine. If you can get past that, is he worth a flyer based on his age and what you just said, which is, hey, maybe with a clear mind, he can get back to being the guy he was, a 3-time Pro Bowler when the Pro Bowl mattered?
Right.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be worth it based on that?
I mean, it is worth it if it wasn't the Jets.
What does that mean?
Because if it doesn't work
and
something else happens, let's keep our fingers crossed for his sake it doesn't.
Imagine?
But if something else happens, it becomes like, can you believe the Jets took a risk on that guy?
Yeah.
That's what becomes the issue.
You know what? Here's what my one counter to that, and we'll get to your calls. What do they have to lose at this point?
Nothing.
Their reputation is so bad.
I agree with you.
That, okay, great. Another thing that will be laughed at. We get laughed at all the time anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's get to your calls, 888-808-1019, the number. Let's go to Mark in Long Beach. Hey, Mark.
What's up, Mark?
Yeah, I'm a Raider fan for many years, since 1967. Derek Carr has like every passing record for the team.
Yep.
I would like for them to bring him back, trade the number 1 pick, and get some other picks and some players, because they have to build the whole team. I mean, just getting a good quarterback isn't going to do much because he's going to get the heck beat out of him.
Well, here's what's crazy, Mark. So I mentioned this briefly towards the top of Derek Carr's connection, obviously playing for the Raiders, all the records you mentioned, and that Derek Carr on his podcast had mentioned when talking about the Raiders, he doesn't think it would be smart to draft Mendoza, that they should use those picks
also
to
pandering.
build the rest of his roster, which makes you think that's what Derek Carr wants.
Also pandering.
And by the way, as much as I like Derek Carr, and as much as I would be in favor of him coming out of retirement and signing with the New York Jets, my first option would be let him go to the Raiders and let the Raiders trade the number 1 pick, because I would be interested in taking the risk on Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, the question is going to now be, because I think Tom Brady is having a real impact on that team. I think he's the advisor to Mark Davis, and the question is going to be, from Tom's perspective, how do you build a winner? And if that is you need the quarterback first, then they're going to take the quarterback. But if it's we got to build taking his own experience, the Patriots had a good team, and then he got good.
Then you trade it because you do well from Cleveland or the Jets.
Right.
You get more assets. You could build more of the roster and figure out your quarterback at a later date.
And they need to do that.
Yeah,
they need to build their roster.
Well, I agree with that older Raider fan. I hope that's what you do. Steve's in Massapequa. Hey, Steve.
Hey, guys, what's going on? Love the show. Just wanted to chime in here on the Jets and Deshaun Watson and Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Evan, as you know, the Jets have done unspeakable things to us as fans for the last 15 years. The one thing they really haven't done.
Yes.
Yeah, literally. The one thing they really haven't done is make us root for guys that have less than stellar reputations. Now, that may be by accident. They do nothing right on purpose. So that could be the case. But I really think of all the things the Jets have going on, you got Aaron Glenn trying to save his job, as we know. I don't think you could bring on Deshaun Watson and expect it to go smoothly. He has to go to like similar to Michael Vick going to the Eagles, like a stable organization, I think, to ever get his career on track. And we know that our Jets are not that.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Michael Vick because he's
the example. You're right.
Well, he was the guy that we were forced to root for. When the Jets brought Michael Vick in, I remember not being in favor of it because at that moment, I wasn't ready to root for a guy who was involved in what he was involved in.
Right. But I think we also, after he served his time, Michael Vick, you really got to know him.
Eventually.
Yeah, you got to know him. And you could root for him again.
Eventually.
Eventually.
But I wasn't there when he came to the Jets.
You're right. But I think eventually Michael Vick rehabilitated his image.
He did.
And
1,000%.
I think it was a commitment from Vick and his team around him doing that in a concerted way. Now, if Deshaun Watson's committed to doing that, then maybe he can rehabilitate his image.
Yeah, it's a wrestling battle between, yes, the Jets would be asking us to root for someone who has an unsavory reputation, absolutely. But the reward on him is he's only 30. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler. He could very well be the answer for the next 7 years. So how do you measure those two things?
Yeah.
How do you decide between those two things?
Yeah. Ultimately, it's going to come down to if this does happen, how well does he play? And then you're going to care to get to know him.
Yeah. And look, the truth is, a guy like that, we will be quick to turn on immediately if he doesn't play well.
Do not boo.
Like, that will happen.
No, you're right.
Let's go to Joe in West Harrison. What's up, Joe?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Dylan. I haven't seen you at the cafe in a while, Evan. All good, I hope?
All good.
Listen, I was going to say something tongue-in-cheek. I was going to recommend that you get a couple of dumbbells so you can do some curls and even out the dais over there. Little humor. It looks like it's tilting the wrong way. Anyway, I'm serious. I was going to really talk about, listen, I wanted a former Jet, Tiki, to come here, but I don't think I don't think he's ready yet. I'm kind of in favor of the Frank Reich thing, but I really hope, and only because you brought up the whole thing with Michael Vick, which I don't think he should be on national TV anyway. I think there's a lot of other former athletes like yourself, Tiki, that haven't done what he did.
Yeah.
And where I do believe that what John Gruden did is an atrocity, and I totally agree with what the NFL did.
Yep.
But you hear that they don't in favor of bringing him back, but you bring back a guy who mutilated animals, and again, that's my opinion. But getting back to the Aaron Glenn thing, I like Frank Reich, even though he wasn't a winning head coach. I had, on another show, let's just say, I had said, could you, and I was corrected immediately, make Aaron Glenn assistant head coach and offense and defense coordinator, but they said that the answer was then they were.
But you know the answer is no. It's never happened where a team said we're going to demote you as a head coach.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but I think in actuality something like that is going to occur.
What do you mean?
Meaning Aaron Glenn is going to be the head coach. He's the head coach. He's being paid to be the head coach.
But he's taking a step back.
He's taking a sidestep, I think, to be just the defensive head, also the head coach, and then they wanted to bring in a coordinator who could do the same on the offensive side.
Right, and I think the wording was an offensive head coach. It was during the pitch or the reported pitch for John Gruden, and obviously what's happening with Frank Reich. So it's almost I'm the head coach, but I'm going to really change my roles. I'm going to be more hands-on with the defense, and I'm going to let whoever I hire run the offense.
I'm going to delegate it to you completely, Frank Reich, and I'm going to trust you. And they have a previous relationship.
Yeah,
so
they played together.
Exactly. So there's a trust there.
Yeah.
And he has experience being a head coach.
But it's not the same
as an offensive coordinator.
But it's not the same as him being demoted to assistant head coach.
He's not going to be I mean, honestly, Frank Reich might be assistant head coach.
I mean, basically is. Let's go to Mike in Oceanside. What's up, Mike?
Hey, hi guys. What's up?
All's good.
What's up?
I talking about bad Super Bowls. Evan and Tiki, maybe you should call Joe Beningo and see what his bad ones were. I'm sure you get a good laugh.
Oh my
out
God!
of that.
Well, here's the thing: Joe's seen them all. Like he can go back to Super Bowl I and go through all 60 for us. We're a little bit younger, so we only have a sample size of 25 or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I'll tell you this though, and I would ask Joe that question. I went through a period where I started watching old Super Bowls. I wanted to watch all of them. Like even if I didn't watch it in real time, I want to watch all of them. And I was going through it. A lot of the old Super Bowls are just bad football games. Like the Jet-Colts Super Bowl III was an ugly game. The Colts-Cowboys Super Bowl V, where Chuck Howley won the MVP on the losing team, it was just bad.
Right. I mean, the fact that first of all, a defensive player won the MVP on the losing team
right.
tells you all you need to know.
It was bad.
Right.
It just was not good football. Mike in West Long Branch. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to talk about Deshaun Watson and Derek Carr going to the Jets. I mean, if I had to choose one, I would take Derek Carr only for the fact that I'm assuming our quarterback of the future is coming in 2027, and I'd rather him learn from Derek Carr how to be a professional. I mean, I don't know what you expect from Deshaun. I mean, Aaron Glenn might look at him like he could save my job, but
that's what you know what, Mike? That's what I think the difference would be. I think you bring in Deshaun Watson thinking he can be your guy.
Yeah.
Like, not to kind of teach a youngin', but to be the guy because he's only 30, 31 years old.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember what happened that year in Cleveland when he wasn't playing and what effect that had on that team. And I don't think it was good.
Well, it was 2022. 27 years old. Deshaun Watson is there.
And who was the quarterback? Who ended up playing?
Jacoby Brissett ended up playing.
So that's the difference. It was a quarterback who was like a great backup and could handle it. I mean, I don't know if Deshaun Watson is that.
Yeah.
I would say no.
More of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And Yankee fans, a reason why you may not see Anthony Volpe for a long, long time. Coming up here on Evan and Tiki.
I'm always busy, traveling, juggling life, but I need my family to be safe. That's why I turn to our partners at Slomin's, who installed the Slomin's Shield Link system into my home. It is a uber smart security system that combines safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. From the cameras, garage door openers, all the lighting is controlled right from my phone, including music that I can pump throughout my house. It's fantastic when I want to come in and listen to some Nirvana when I'm chilling on the couch, doing a crossword puzzle, change the music right from my phone. It's kind of awesome. You should try and experience it as well. With the future of home security and automation, by the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. Or visit slomans.com.
This portion of the program was sponsored by Ray Katina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
Mercedes-Benz of Edison is more than a dealership. They're a luxury destination where exceptional vehicles meet exceptional people. It's why Cars.com named Mercedes-Benz of Edison the top Mercedes-Benz dealer in the U.S. for 2025. Discover yours at RayKatinaEdison.com.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. OG Anunoby missing the last two games with right toe soreness after he played 48 minutes in the double OT win against the Nuggets reeks of load management. He's questionable to play tonight against the Pacers, but if he suits up, I'm expecting a big game from the guy who's been the best player on the Knicks in the last month. The Pacers are amongst the worst in the NBA at giving up points and rebounds this year to the opposing four position. Let's go over on OG's points plus rebounds. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? From game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Curling matches that start slow and somehow get tense fast. speed skating decided by inches, hockey games that feel different from the opening faceoff, and so much more. FanDuel is the place to bet on the winter games. You can bet on who you think will take home the gold in alpine skiing, skeleton, bobsleigh, luge, and speed skating, just to name a few. The winter games are here. Stay connected to the action with FanDuel. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. And I mean nobody. So if you're looking for Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price, get to Town Fair today. Michelin winter tires offer a shorter stopping distance on ice and snow, along with predictable handling in cold, dry, and wet wintry conditions. For the guaranteed lowest price and free services for life on Michelin tires, nobody beats Town Fair tire. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you are facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 866-323-7529. 250L Saddlebrook. Diana Magala, licensed in New York and New Jersey. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppable beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness, so you can smell unstoppable.
This week's Football Hot Performer, sponsored by Edison HVAC, is Jason Myers. He kicked 5 field goals and 2 extra points in the win over New England. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, you need a new hot performer in a high-efficiency Carrier system. There's only one company to call: Edison Heating and Cooling. New Jersey's heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas, so make sure your system is a hot performer and save money now with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them at edisonhvac.com.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
You spend your days processing thousands of requests at once, so I get it. Being on all the time is exhausting. Running a business means wearing every hat, but when you're taking client texts at dinner just to keep up, you aren't scaling, you're drowning.
When you're stretched thin, calls get missed, and revenue walks out the door. It's hard to see the bottlenecks until you realize how much growth is slipping away. There has to be a smarter way.
So now is the time to try Quo. Quo is the #1 business phone system that streamlines and scales your customer communications. So say goodbye to voicemail. Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never lose a lead.
Plus, your team can share one business number for calls and texts. It creates seamless collaboration, so nothing is missed with Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers.
Like I said, it's time to try Quo for free at quo.com/WFAN. That's QUO.com/WFAN to try Quo for free. Quo.com/WFAN.
WFAN.
Gold is now around $5,000 an ounce, and silver is at an all-time high. If you need cash to help pay bills, then go to the Estates Roadshow. They're buying gold and silver, old rings, chains, even broken jewelry. Don't wait, cash in while gold and silver are hot. The Estates Roadshow is happening Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn, Old Bridge at the Hampton Inn, and in Toms River at TMT Cash for Gold. Get cash in your hands this week in Staten Island, Old Bridge, and Toms River. For more info, visit estatesroadshow.com.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Your official station to talk Jets. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
If there's any part of the show you missed, you could rewind it on the Odyssey app. You can go on YouTube. Our show is there live. You can always rewind it to the very beginning. Derek Carr really wants to be a New York Jet, plus many other things we've discussed over the last 3.5 hours. Go ahead, Sean.
I'm sorry, Evan. This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ Precision Cooking. Effortless results, Chef.
Shut up, Tubby.
ChefIQ.com. The Knicks host an old enemy tonight as the Pacers come to MSG for a 7:30 p.m. tip. We'll see if OG Anunoby plays. The Pacers are looking to end a 4-game losing streak, and in a year without Halliburton, they're just 9-26 versus Eastern Conference opponents. Also, in just a half an hour, the U.S. women's hockey team will face Canada. A little rivalry spot in Italy.
Speaking of the Knicks, can you pull up that Josh Hart clip real quick? Josh Hart, on his podcast with Jalen Brunson, said something that truly makes him likable. And I know he's very likable to many Knicks fans. I don't personally like him. But even this, I was like, all right, I respect Josh Hart. You talk about self-awareness, self-awareness of who you are as a basketball player. This is Josh Hart talking about himself on the Roommates podcast with Jalen Brunson.
I'm a good basketball player, and I can help a team win. I'm not sure what just happened to Matt. But if I'm the number one option on that team, or number two option on that team, not a great team. Not a great team. Like 4, cool, we're a good team. If I'm like 3.5, solid. 2, get the lottery numbers ready, baby.
Oh, man.
That made me laugh.
Keeping it real about yourself.
That really is.
That is amazing self-awareness.
Because a lot of athletes don't have that self-awareness.
No, of course. They think they're the man.
Yeah.
And sometimes in order to be, I think, great as an individual, you got to kind of have that mentality. I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best.
Sure.
But I think he's veteran enough to know his role.
Yeah, no, clearly.
And when you know your role, and this is part of building a good team and coaching a good team, Mike Brown, is you got to be able to manage that. And if you can manage it well, then you can have a good team, even if one of your star players, Josh Hart, is aware that he's not the guy.
Nah, he knows it. So good job by him.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, Yankee fans. All right, I guess we got news.
Only because Evan wanted to open his mouth and say the offseason was over. The Mets have added to their bullpen.
Stop. This is not a big move, but go ahead. If you really want to break into the show, what are we doing, the Rico now?
Let's hear it.
Brian Hudson, is that really what we're going to talk about?
Okay, so
lefty reliever?
First of all, don't save things for the Rico. We do them here on the show.
Nobody cares about this.
That's not true. He had a very great 2024. The Mets have acquired Brian Hudson, was DFA'd by the White Sox, but in 2024, he had an excellent year with a 1.73 ERA for the Brewers.
Do you know who Brian Hudson is?
I do, actually.
Do you really?
Yes.
Okay, fine. I take it back then.
And the only reason I bring it up, Evan, you should know better, and this is where I'm disappointed in you.
Disappointed in me.
You're the preacher of bullpen pitchers are so year to year.
I understand.
He was excellent in 2024. He's a left-handed reliever. This is a move that he might matter for the Mets this year.
I'm not arguing that. I guess I'm more arguing is that glass-breaking
Well,
worthy
here's what I would say.
on WFAN.
I'm going to be fair and transparent.
Can you ask Tiki if it is? Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be on my side.
I think anytime our teams acquire somebody that's going to be on the roster.
He's not guaranteed to be on the roster.
Okay.
He may not be on the roster.
He may not be. Evan, don't make me say this.
Say what?
You're not giving me this comment if you're not doing Ricos.
What?
I think this is the Mets added to their bullpen. I think you're so fixated sometimes on the Ricos.
You know what? You be the Tiki. Was that glass breaking?
Probably not.
Thank you. Okay.
No.
I appreciate it. Now let's get back to what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Joel Sherman with a piece of information about Anthony Volpe.
Joel Sherman reports the Brian Hudson News.
Oh, good. Well, he's a great reporter. I mean, say what you want about him, but he's a great reporter. He likes to say mean things to people, like "shut the bleep up." I don't have that drop available, otherwise I'd play it. But Joel Sherman pointed out in the New York Post something very interesting about Anthony Volpe that every Yankee fan needs to put in the back of their mind.
Let's hear it.
This is why he's a great reporter. Volpe, as of right now, based on service time, would be a free agent after the 2028 season. But if he spends 20 days in the minor leagues, so after his IL stint is over, because he's starting the year on the IL, if the Yankees option him to the minor leagues for 20 days, free agency would be pushed back an entire season. Bang.
Okay.
And
I get it.
So they are sending him to the minor leagues once his IL stint is over, which means we are not seeing Anthony Volpe until summertime.
Is that good for him? Meaning Volpe. And I mean this because he's recovering from a torn labrum.
Right.
And we know how it affected him last year, even though they didn't tell us about it until basically the end of the season. Is this good for Volpe to have more time to, turn into the prospect that everybody thought he was going to be?
It is not only good for Anthony Volpe, it's good for the Yankees because one of the big issues about Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman last year was their love affair and their reluctance to bench and or send down Anthony Volpe. When we asked Brian Cashman about it, his answer immediately was, and who am I calling up? Like he basically said, we don't have alternatives.
Right.
The Yankees have alternatives right now, led by Caballero and Oswaldo Cabrera. And so this is great news. It's interesting news, and it's manipulation, which I'm sure the Players Association wouldn't like. But there's no doubt in my mind that your boy Brian Cashman is absolutely going to manipulate this.
I think we're pretty good.
They should.
Of course they should. They should because you get to send them down.
Yeah, I think that's a win for everybody involved.
Shut up, Tubby.
What?
I regret doing this about Hudson because I think this really is glass-worthy now.
All right, go ahead.
More on Evan being wrong that the baseball season, offseason was over.
Go ahead.
Is Justin Verlander a big enough name?
Absolutely. That's news.
Okay.
Is he coming to a local team?
No.
Then nobody cares.
He's going to a Yankee team that could compete with the Yankees, though.
Go ahead.
Verlander and the Detroit Tigers are in agreement. He's going back home.
He's going home.
For a 1-year deal.
Yeah, by the way.
I mean, they're going for it.
Yeah.
They have to, though.
They're also giving themselves insurance just in case.
Right.
Nah, I'm kidding. They're not trading Tyler Skubal.
No, they're not, but they're going for it.
Yeah, so to clarify a couple things, Sean, yes, there are guys still who are free agents. Zach Gallen is still a free agent. Justin Verlander is still a free agent. Max Scherzer. Like, there are still guys available. My point about the offseason being over is that the main moves for the Mets and the Yankees are done. They're not doing anything, in my opinion, that are major. So Justin Verlander signing with Detroit, I mean, naturally, these guys are going to sign in the next few days and weeks. My prediction to you is that the Mets and the Yankees are not going to be involved. So that doesn't prove me wrong. It just means, yes, a free agent came off the board. And I do think that was glass-worthy because he's, Justin Verlander.
He's Justin Verlander. Yeah. And you think about the Tiger rotation now. I mean, he's the fourth starter on the Tigers.
He also sucks, in fairness. He's washed up. I mean, I don't mean to be a bad guy, but he's completely done.
How do you know as the fourth starter he can't have a little dial back here?
Watch him last year?
Okay.
Yeah.
He's done. And he's like 43
I was going
now.
to say, he's getting up there.
Yeah.
I mean, Rodgers looked washed. He made the playoffs with the Steelers.
Come on now.
At some point when you pitch that long, your arm just can't. It doesn't recover the same way.
He's done.
I think Kate Upton a little regrets here having to go back to Detroit.
I'm sure she's staying wherever they actually live.
Yeah, right.
And coming in for game day.
Justin Verlander turns 43 in 10 days. So he's 42 right now. Will be 43 in 10 days. And
what was his stats? What was his line last year? Stats?
He actually wasn't that bad last year. He was 4-11 with a 3.85 ERA, 150 innings. So he wasn't that bad. But I do think he's washed. He's 43 years old. I don't expect much from him. But with that said, that is, I would agree with you, glass-breaking worthy.
Wish that news broke like 1 minute earlier. I could have thrown in Hudson on the tail end there.
Then it would have worked. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Anthony is in Brooklyn. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, guys. Great show as always. I'm a Yankee fan, but my brother's a huge Met fan. And my brother was the one who called me up, when Weaver was, had the Yankee bag. And his comment was, the rivalry between both teams. It would have been fun if you put black tape or duct tape, or if you put a circle with a line through it. Act like you care. Act like you know what's going on. But I get it if it's not a big thing. But my big thing I want to talk about is Glenn. You know, you just had Seattle's, head coach calling the defenses. I heard that Sal is calling the defense. I don't really think he has to take a step back. I'm a Bills fan. I would have loved for the Bills to get Frank. I mean, I think he's going to tremendously help Glenn. Like Tiki was saying that they're friends.
Right.
So he's not going to look to undermine him. He's great with the clock. He's great with the, timeout management and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, if you're a Jet fan, whoever they bring in, you're going to have confidence because Frank looked at him.
Well, I have confidence that Frank Reich knows what he's doing. My lack of confidence in Glenn calling plays is not about Aaron Glenn calling plays. It's about how we got there. And I know a lot of people don't want to believe Sean, but the most accurate thing Sean said, because it followed other reports, specifically Connor Hughes, that the Wink Martindale thing was done. He was going to be the defensive coordinator of the Jets, and then something changed that caused Aaron Glenn to say, I'm going to call plays. Now, you could be naive and say Aaron just changed his mind. You have every right to feel that way. But the truth is, the owner got involved, and everybody knows it. And so I don't hate Aaron Glenn calling plays, Teak. I hate that he got forced into it from an owner who's already getting too handsy.
Yeah, I feel like it put him in a position to have to, actually do his job at a uber high level. Because we know how hard it is to be second year. It's not his first time, but you know what I mean. A young head coach trying to figure out how to be a head coach, which he's still doing, and now also have to be in charge of the defense. And so I think the pivot was Frank Reich. Because you got to have somebody to mitigate that on the offensive side of the ball. And it's interesting because it feels like it might be becoming a methodology for a lot of these teams. The Titans are clearly doing that. Robert Saleh is going to be the head coach, managing the defense, and Brian Dable is going to be the offensive guy, who also has head coaching experience. So it's one of those things that just kind of, I don't know, it's becoming more common.
Yeah, but it's not always, because look at New England. Mike Vrabel was the CEO head coach. He had Zach Kerr calling defense, and he wasn't even the defensive coordinator. He was filling in while, I forget his name, but he's battling cancer, and Zach Kerr stepped up. I apologize. And then obviously the offense is being run by Josh McDaniels. Yeah. So it's different all the way around. Let's go to Dylan in Greenwich. Hey, Dylan.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up? What's going on?
I just want to respond to that guy that was the Raider fan, the older guy.
Yeah.
I'm a Raider fan, too. I'm 26 years old. The fact that he said he wants to trade the number one pick to draft a quarterback is insane. The last time we drafted a quarterback was Jamarcus Russell in the first round. You know who's been our quarterback since then?
Oh, God, yes. It's been a list. It's quite a list. It's a list
Jason
of crap.
Campbell, Carson Palmer, Terrell Pryor, Aiden O'Connell, Jimmy Garoppolo.
But Derek Carr was good for you guys.
Yeah, and you can't skip Derek Carr. I mean, you did draft him. He wasn't a first-round pick, Derek. I think he was a second-round pick, if memory serves correct.
He was.
So he is
That's
the one.
why he got that big contract early, because he was good, but he didn't have the fifth year.
Yeah, so I would at least include that Derek Carr was in the mix of it. But you're right. When you're picking number one overall, and I remember making this argument about the Giants during the Saquon year, you hope you're not there again. And because you hope you're not there again, you better get it right with the biggest swing you could make, which is for a quarterback. So, yes, selfishly, I would love for the Raiders to decide to trade out because that benefits my team. But if I am being an honest IFO, I would absolutely draft Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah,
I wouldn't get too
I think
cute
you kind of have to.
Yes. I hope that they don't. I hope that they Raider it, if you will.
Right.
And the Jets are able to take advantage of the opportunity. But if I was giving, advice, I'd say take the quarterback.
Right. But I think the pivot for the Jets, as we had a caller earlier talk about, is it's pretty obvious. You just go take the best defensive player at number 2, and then you maybe take a swing at Ty Simpson.
Yeah. I think that's a fine pivot, but you would have preferred when you're picking number 2 to get your future quarterback.
And by the way, you don't even know Ty Simpson's going to be there.
Right.
He could get picked off the Cleveland.
That's kind of the risk. That's where maybe you do take a quarterback earlier than you think. It's complicated, but we got time to figure it out. We got 2.5 more months before the NFL draft, which is nuts.
That is not a long time.
Yeah, you're right. It's not a long time.
We're already a month and a half into 2026.
Yeah, that's true. And the combine is in 2 weeks.
I know.
You getting excited?
I mean,
franchise tag in a week.
I don't really love the combine. I know people get obsessed with it, but I mean, run a 40, I guess. Throw some ridiculous passes in your underwear. Like it doesn't excite me.
All right, I got a great excite question for Tiki.
Go ahead.
What excites you more? NFL Combine, spring training? That's a good one, right?
Can I say neither?
Well,
it's probably spring training.
It's okay.
Yeah, because it just feels like you see sun every day, even if it's only on TV.
Here's what's appealing about spring training, in all fairness.
Yeah.
It's not the idea of guys having a catch in Florida. It's that there will be news.
Yeah.
The
right.
manager will
Right.
speak. Like David Stearns is meeting the media in
Right.
15 minutes. Brian Cashman, Aaron Boone, they speak. Players speak. They say things. And even if 98% of it is fluff and doesn't mean anything, it's good to hear from the guys again.
Yeah. And look, I know the Combine gives us some ridiculous warrior workout guys that, fly up the draft board because of their Combine. But then you're waiting until September.
Yeah.
Like you really don't know.
Yeah, I get
you just feel like, yes, we got the guy. He crushed it at the Combine. Okay, can he play football?
That's all that matters.
Right. That's all. And then you got to wait so long afterwards.
Yeah, but the waiting is like you kind of get engulfed in summer and it's kind of just sitting there for you. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you.
It's like
But
springtime stuff. You get that
I'm just
schedule
talking about
made and
in
you
real
check out.
time. The Combine does not do a lot for me, and that's really because it's personal. I go back to my Combine. I feel like I didn't do anything.
Sean, spring training or the Combine, which excites you more?
Spring training excites me more, but also bothers me more
Why?
because it goes on forever. Like I'm excited when it happens, and then you sit there like, we're
But
still
you know
4
why?
weeks into this?
You know why I accept that in baseball? Because that's baseball. It's a long
right.
ass grind of a season.
But
And it
aren't you excited to hear from you guys again? Like hearing from Aaron Judge for the first time?
I am.
Look, you got a chance to get your blood boiling again.
Yeah.
To scream again.
I'm trying not
you
to
are.
be. I don't want to be angry until October this
Isn't
year.
this
That's my goal.
Cashman's contract year?
Is it?
No, he's got an unlimited contract.
He's got a lifetime
Oh,
contract.
he's on the same contract as the Pope?
That's right. Yep, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He'll be here forever. There's nothing to scream about in spring training. It's just more.
No. Not the players.
Oh.
I'm talking about the rhetoric coming from the organization.
Like
you know what?
best shape of my life.
Yeah.
It's like a trade in the middle of March.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't with that anymore. That's it. We just.
Have you ever been to spring training?
Mets, never Yankees.
Aren't we
when I was a
going?
kid.
Aren't we going?
No, I'm going. Did you want to come? I tried to get us involved to build a Yankee trip out of it. It did not work. Unfortunately, the weekend I'm going for the Mets, for the Rico, really. We wanted to attach the Yankees to it.
We
and
could hang with Rondé.
No, it would have been awesome.
Play some golf.
Dude, it was pushed up the flagpole. The problem was the Yankees playing night games. And because they're playing night games, there just wouldn't be guys there while we're there.
Yeah, we would
So
just be there.
We would just be there,
Right.
which serves no purpose. So it just unfortunately did not work out. But if you want to come to Port St. Lucie, I'll be down there for a few days.
Thirsty
Tampa.
Turtles got good wings, man.
Thirsty Turtle in Port St.
Oh,
Lucie?
the original.
Is that true?
There's a Thirsty Turtle in Florham Park.
I know you always talk about it. I don't know if they're related, but yeah, Thirsty Turtle's been there for like
I can't
30 years.
imagine they're related, but if they were, that'd be dope.
Why were you at Met spring training, Sean?
I have a ton of family that live in Port St. Lucie.
So you just happen to go down
Oh,
there?
that's right. You told us that a year ago, or
And-
2 years ago, how it's Met Yankee South.
Yeah, but it's a ton of Yankee fans that live there, and they all go to the Met spring training games like my family and all their friends.
So the weekend I'm going, the Yankees play the Mets in Port St. Lucie. And you tell me your opinion on this. So
maybe I
obvious-
will come.
See, now you're into it. So Aaron Boone, who's been so kind to this radio station, he's been very good. He was on with Craig and Big Mac. Him and Big Mac now converse all the time. He was on with BT and Sal.
What's Sal gonna? What's not Sal? What's Big Mac gonna do now?
They're friends.
I know, but what's he gonna do?
Do what he always does: kiss his ass.
Yeah,
I
just
thought
kiss
he
it a
kissed
little harder.
Cashman's ass.
No, Boone. Oh, more so Boone than even Cash.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked Big Mac, and it's like the good news is Big Mac always been a Aaron Boone ass kisser, so it doesn't really change anything. Like it would be more a problem if Sean became friends with him because Sean is vicious. All of a sudden, Sean comes in and he's like, I gotta tell you, Boone was right.
Shut up, Cubby.
I mean, Boone knows what he's talking about. Like that'd be a problem, but in Big Mac's case, he's already
there.
He calls himself the Yankee Shell, so it's not a big deal. But speaking of Boone, so Boone's been a great guy. Came on with us, with BT and Sal, with everybody, right? Great guy. So Hoffman comes to me and says, since we're down in spring training for the Rico, and since Boone's in town, would you want to put Aaron Boone on the Rico? And I said, no.
Why?
Why would I he's the manager of the Yankees. And so Hoff's like, you're wrong. And everybody he's asked says, oh, no, Evan should put Boone on the Rico.
You should.
So See, even you think it.
Stick to football, Barber.
He's a baseball guy. You do 300 episodes a year.
What am I talking to Aaron Boone about?
He
All the
managed
former
Evan
Yankees?
Williams. He managed Luke Weaver. Give you some thoughts on Soto even more. Like, he's got his fingerprints. Mendy, he worked directly with Mendy.
Okay. So you think that I should put him on and just only ask him about former Yankees?
Well, not just about the Yankees. Just ask him about baseball in general.
Well, former Yankees, I mean. Not Yankees. Because why? No one in the Rico audience wants to hear about, Trent Grisham. No offense.
But hold on. It's baseball nuts.
Well, you
to
could
listen
ask
to.
him, which of your current players, Boney, do you think is going to be a Met next year?
That's actually pretty fun.
I bet she has good thoughts on the National League as a whole, too.
All right, fine. I'll do it then.
Good.
I think you should.
Hoff, you're welcome.
I mean, he got what he wanted. All right, so there you go. Aaron Boone will be on the Rico apparently in a couple of weeks.
I like it.
You like? Will you listen to that one?
I definitely will.
All right. Would you put Aaron Glenn on the One Giant Step?
I would. I would. Yeah.
Would you really?
I would. Absolutely.
Imagine if the
What
one
would you ask Glenn on a Giant podcast?
I don't know, but I'd come up with something.
Yeah.
That would be amazing if Aaron
Former
Glenn.
Cowboy.
That's true. Aaron Glenn decides I don't do media. The one media I'm going to do is One Giant Step.
I think
with
Jet
Sean.
fans would be even more angry at him.
Right.
Oh, they'd be angry at you.
You have to tell him, hey, Aaron, we're not talking about the Jets. Oh, yeah, sure. I'll come on. No problem.
That'd be the trick.
Right.
Let's go to Chris in Perth Amboy. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Evan and Tiki, how are you guys? Great show.
Thank you, man.
What's up?
I got one NFL point and one Hall of Fame point, but Evan, your Jets are going to be good next year. Just go get that quarterback that wants to come out of retirement. You guys will be all right.
Derek Carr, we're talking about the same quarterback. We're not talking about another quarterback coming out of retirement like Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or what have you. Yeah, I like Derek Carr. And if you missed it, go back to the beginning of the show because Derek Carr is thinking of coming out of retirement. And we played audio at about 10:25 from Derek Carr's podcast from about a month ago in which I didn't realize it at the time. He was telling all of us he wants to be a Jet. He said, I love Aaron Glenn. I love Garrett Wilson. I love Jet fans. And I can't speak to Aaron Glenn now, but I think I'm able to soon or something like that.
Right. Or something. I forget how
it was worded. Rewind it back to 10:25 and you'll hear all the details. But bottom line is, Derek Carr does sound like someone that actually would want to play for the New York Jets.
It's almost like David, his brother, was telling us.
Yes.
I know, but we can't say it.
And then said, why are you wearing green again, Derek? And he's like, because it's Christmas. Something's going on there. So when the rumors start to come out, you'll remember this edition of Evan and Tiki, the Tuesday after the Super Bowl. You'll say, it wasn't just something they made up on a slow day. That was real, damn it. Well, if you've missed anything, again, rewind on the Odyssey app, download the Evan and Tiki podcast, or check it out on YouTube. Coming up next is The Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris Big Mac McMonagle. We're back at you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Goodbye.
And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by Dr. J. Shah